What's up, sitters? This is Tyler Rolfe along with Joey Edge.
Sitters, what's good?
And Chris Martinez.
What's happening, man?
And Heath Phillips is here.
What's going good?
I like it. Big Heath in the house.
That's right. That's right.
Been a while since we've had Heath around.
No joke. We're gonna get to like the origin of this
Yes, sir.
soon, but
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
we had some dots to connect with Heath. I'm gonna tease it. In the big industry here, we call this the tease.
That's right.
Stay tuned for us to pull back the curtains on what exactly we're talking about here, right, Joey?
That's exactly right. Long time ago. It's 8 years,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think so.
7.
7?
When was that?
7 or 8?
2015, 2016?
Yeah, 15-ish.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, 7.
7 or 8, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, 7 years ago is how Front Porch Sitting started.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely we'll let you guys know how that all went down. But then we have the interview with Heath.
Yeah.
Because
We'll talk about it
he's
then.
done some pretty cool things. He pitched at Lake City Community College, pitched in the bigs, and he's coached a hell of a lot of teams,
Yes.
and a lot of really good teams as well.
Whole lot of baseball.
Lot of baseball.
Something in common with that. Coached a lot of good teams.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I think it'll be a really good interview here later on. But the normal stuff first.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Before we talk about one goat, we got to talk about another one.
Yep.
JW Weaponry. They
Look at
are the
this guy.
premier gun store in the South.
They're
They're
always
loaded.
That's right. That's right.
I'm pretty much a stand-in for Brad at this
Yo,
point.
honest to God.
I've got a lot of practice as of late.
Ooh,
He was supposed to be here,
shots
wasn't he?
fired. He was.
A little bit of shade there.
He kind of no called, no showed on us last minute. He did
I
call.
was just saying.
No, it
he-
wasn't
he-
super last
It
minute.
wasn't. Yeah, it was this morning-ish.
I'm not gonna let you talk about Brad like that.
Okay, well, so day of. All right, cool.
Kind of like when we got Heath the show notes.
Yeah, sure.
I felt like when I called Joey at 8:30, I was at his neighbor's house, actually. I felt like when he answered the phone, he was like, is he not coming? I was chilling with your neighbor.
So you thought Heath was about to no call?
Listen, so this is the thing. When he called, I said, "What's up, man?" He goes, "So," and anytime the conversation starts with "so," you know what's coming next. And Lindsay just happened to be standing there next to me, and she goes, "Who is that?" And I'm like, well, "First of all, I'm on the phone, so I can't really answer this." He goes, "Hey, truck, white SUV," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're in the right place. Come on." He's like, "All right, cool." And I'm like, "Woo, thank God."
Yeah. But I met your neighbor. He seems like a good dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, good people over there.
Yeah.
How about that?
I said, Joey don't live here, does he? He's like, no, he don't. I was like, probably a house short here, pal.
Big fan of it.
Oh man.
But yeah, so the JW Weaponry, go see them for all your gun
Yes,
and
sir.
ammo needs. 386-247-243-8587. 386-243-8587 is
Y'all
the number.
worried about me.
It's
the
2
number
weeks
to
in a
check.
row, man.
That's a little bit of karma.
Have you ever listened to his and Josh's numbers?
They're very close. I do know that. One more time, the number cleanly.
386-247.
That's not right.
What's happening right now?
It's 243.
Yes.
386-243-8587. Holy crap.
You have an aneurysm right here live on TV.
There's a chance of it.
What episode number is it?
210.
210.
200. John's been with us like every step of the way too.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, almost 210.
Shut
times.
up.
You
Good-
thought right.
Good
Hey,
God.
can we get won't you put don't put it on your phone right there.
I usually
Yeah, the
have it
phone.
in my head. It's all in the dome up here, like right in this area. It sticks. But I texted you Josh's number today off the top of the dome, and then that was what was stuck in my head. So
okay.
Fair enough.
it's me. It's my fault. Yeah, Josh is good. But we're gonna get to Josh here in a little bit.
John Woodley. I know he won't. I've been spending a lot more time with John. I know he won't mind me saying this. He's been like busy. People are selling their guns, their old guns,
Yeah.
and to buy like new guns. So he's got like tons of new and used inventory in the building, all really, really good price or extremely great price, the best prices around. But he's got tons of it, like a lot, like new and used. So go see him. Go ahead and take advantage of that like now.
Or
A
probably.
lot of 5% discounts to give out.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or you could call him.
You could call him at the number
We don't know where, but you could.
386
What's the
Joey.
number, Joey?
386-243-8587.
There it
Might
is.
want to Google it just to make sure.
Let's move on before he messes it up.
Yes, sir. Let's move on.
What we got, Joey? What's first?
We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're gonna try to move through it as quickly as possible. Do you want to save this image for next week, Chris?
I don't know, man. I kind of love that, but we can because I think we have enough. I think we can save it. We got quite a bit of content, right?
Honestly, I don't know that we'll talk a lot about a lot of this stuff. So let's go ahead and use it. We'll do it today.
Let's use it. But before we do that, make sure you do have it subscribe, retweet. That's important. I've noticed like the likes, the viewers that we have in the building,
Right.
doesn't always equate to the number of likes.
Yep.
So we got to kind of like try and make that.
step.
Yeah, take the extra step. Let's make that match. The little thumbs up's really important. It does help with this is
algorithm.
the algorithm. There it is. That's a truth. Our producer tells us that's important. So the algorithm is important.
It's the biggest word I've ever used.
No, dude, you used it correctly too.
Algorithm.
I'm impressed.
Pretty good.
ACT word.
Yes, thumbs up button. Click it. That's cool. Let's throw the graphic up there. You want to talk about this? Let's debate a little bit.
While he's doing that, we're also going to talk a little bit about AR's Pro Day, the NCAA Women's Final. We may touch on UConn being dominant, maybe not. There's no reason to talk about it, and the Masters preview, and then we'll get to the Heath Phillips interview.
Yeah, we're gonna like rapid fire.
Are you
this
ready
thing.
now?
I've been waiting on you.
It was up actually.
No. We were waiting on you, Chief.
Okay,
I like it. I'm good.
Buddy.
Throw it back up there. So what we got, Joey? For the people that are in the chat, they see it.
Yeah.
But the podcasters, shout out Ringo. Ringo called me tonight. Talked to him for a little bit, and he said, "Man, I save y'all. I don't listen to it live. I have to do it when we mow. I save it. So Ringo, when you mow in a couple days, make sure you go back on YouTube and watch it live so you can see what we're talking about. But Joey's going to narrate it best he can.
Yes, I will. So it's basically choose your draft class, and it's the quarterbacks of 2023 and 2024. So the top 5 of each year according to the current projections or whatever. So 2023 is Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Hendon Hooker, Will Levis, and Anthony Richardson. Pretty good list of quarterbacks.
That's pretty strong.
Next year's list is
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Quinn Ewers, Drake May, and Michael Penix Jr. So that's the 2 draft classes, and so Chris, I'm actually really conflicted on this.
Me personally, I'm not going to just for the sake of the graphic. I don't agree with the top 5 for the 2024.
Oh, because you like Jordan Travis.
Yeah, Drake Travis got to be in there. I guess it's a draft prospect, so I guess maybe as a pro quarterback, he may not. Is Quinn Ewers already ready to come out?
Yeah,
He's like 19.
and he's
Been there 2 years.
and he's the
I didn't realize
second
I
best
didn't
quarterback
realize
on
he's
this
been in
board.
college football for 3 years.
Yeah, this will be his 3rd year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ohio State 1 year, Texas 1 year. This is year 3. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Penix, okay, yeah. So where do you stand on it? Rolf, get ready because we're coming to you next.
I think I don't know. This is so hard because see, like initially I'm like Bo Nix, get this guy out of here, but then I'm like Will Levis, get this guy out of here. So then that cancels each other out, right?
Yeah.
The top, I think I like Caleb Williams better than Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud, so that gives them an advantage. I like Quinn. I think I'm going to go 2024.
Wow.
Is that because, okay? So just let me make
Yeah,
this clear.
flash it back up there if you'd like. I would like for you to. There it is.
So you like the ceiling better of 2024?
I like the ceiling better of 2024 along with the floor, honestly. I think Williams, May, and Ewers, however you say his last name.
You like Penix?
Did I mention Penix?
Nope.
Okay. I like those 3 floors a lot.
That's
I
why
li- I
wanted
like
to
their
bring up
ceiling
Penix because
a
I'm
lot,
kind of
too.
with Chris.
Penix, Jordan Travis. Where we at?
I'd pick J Chav every time.
Yeah, me too. It's not,
Even
it's
though,
really
hey,
not that close.
Penix, IU guy at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
What
and
was IU guy?
He was
yeah,
an IU
and
guy.
Penix he's a big, strong kid with a big arm. I don't know if he translates to the NFL. He's never really overwhelmed me in college.
In
But-
today's NFL, Jordan Travis translates, in my opinion, more with the trailblazing of the Lamar Jacksons and Jared Allen or Josh Allen. Jesus. Jared Allen was
We're
at
on
the end.
fire tonight.
Jared Allen was at the end for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes, he
I
was.
do know who he is. I don't know why that came out first when I said quarterback, but
Defensive guy, that's all.
yeah, my mind is definitely there right now. I don't know. I think I do not know. That's a decent question. Where you at, Tyler?
It's
on
really
this?
close.
I think I want to say 2023, but I don't know if that's just like recency bias. You know?
Yeah, because it is difficult because 2024 hasn't taken a snap in their final year.
I'll say this. I think the quarterbacks in 2024 win more Super Bowls than the quarterbacks in 2023. If they
Ooh.
win any.
Wow.
I actually don't hate that.
That's bold.
I like that.
And I don't know
you
that
look
it's-
at it and you're like, Bryce Young, I don't think he's a Super Bowl guy. Will Levis, no. Anthony
Oh,
Richardson.
Jake's fixing to get upset.
He ain't even in the chat
I
yet.
hope Jake Kennedy's in the chat right now.
Anthony Richardson has too many question marks.
He's also going to go to the Colts.
What?
Yeah, for sure, Slap. Yes, sir.
I'm just kidding.
We're gonna get to
But
that.
no.
We're gonna get to that.
Okay.
I just one thing here.
I feel like the ceilings are higher for the quarterbacks in 2024.
Yeah.
Why is everybody sleeping on Hendon Hooker?
I was just saying, if
Hendon Hooker.
I would,
Hold on, let's rewind here. If he doesn't blow out his knee,
yeah,
Oh yeah, he's a Heisman.
where's he at?
Probably winning the Heisman.
probably the
101,
Heisman.
isn't he?
Yeah,
I don't know that he's 101 because he's like 29 years old.
I don't know.
He really is 25. So like I just don't know that he's I don't think he's 101 regardless. But I do think people sleep on Hendon Hooker.
I do too.
I do too.
I do too.
And I could see this. I don't know if I'm jumping too far ahead here.
Never.
But didn't the Titans just trade up to get number 3?
No, they haven't yet. They've talked about it, but they've talked about trading to get number 3 for Anthony Richardson.
That's pain.
Okay. So if that happens,
There's 600 pounds in the backfield. There's all freak show athleticism, though.
so
What the hell?
So let me ask you this: if that happens, and I may be jumping way at the
You're
end
good,
of
right.
this conversation, if that happens, do the Colts trade down to get Hendon Hooker? Because let's
Because you're not going to take him at 4.
That's what I'm saying.
So you
trade
trade
down,
down.
Yeah, we talked about this.
trade down, get an offensive lineman,
Yep.
then get Hooker on the back end,
It's
early second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a terrible option, honestly.
No,
Because Hendon Hooker can spin a football.
I would
I
rather
think-
have Hendon Hooker than Will Levis.
I
And
think
it's not even that close.
No doubt.
100%,
I think
100%.
Levis cancels out Penix. I think Bo. I think they're the same to me. They're both 5 on that board.
You
In
think
their class, they're 5.
you think Bo
Will
Nix
Levis
is
is
you
okay.
think Bo Nix is better than Penix?
Yeah, probably.
I don't want either one of them on that list.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't want to even think
Okay,
about
so
those
then
dudes.
Bo Nix goes with who does he go with on the 2023? I think that's Hendon Hooker because he has torn ACL.
We'll call it that, sure.
So then Drake May and AR.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me AR. So then we're gonna say what? Drake. Who else?
Quinn
Ewers,
and CJ or Quinn and Bryce Young.
Quinn and Bryce Young. I'll probably take Bryce Young. Maybe Quinn. I may lean there. And then Caleb and Stroud. Stroud is prototypical as freak. Caleb Williams is small. I'm probably going 2023. I'm going 2023.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a bad take there.
No.
It's a little disappointing.
Yeah, I know. You couldn't be too wrong there. I agree.
Hey, so let's move on to Anthony
Yes.
Richardson in his pro day. What did you think of his pro day? Did you get to watch any of it? I know
I
probably saw the highlights.
I saw the highlights. It was scripted, right?
Of course, they're always scripted.
So him throwing the ball into the ceiling is scripted, right? You don't make that mistake on accident.
No, you make that mistake on accident.
No way. 100% did it on purpose. Wasn't even close. It never had a chance to freaking be a completion.
No,
Indoors.
never.
Hey, he doesn't. He how many times do they practice in there? Every day.
All the day. Oh, yeah.
Every day.
He did it on purpose. 100%.
They don't throw in there every day,
Whose
but
idea was that? Was that his idea? Was it his agent?
Somebody's. It was in his camp.
100%.
But 100% did it on purpose.
Viral.
Yes, 100% did it on purpose.
Is it a bad idea though?
No, I don't think it is. It shows off the arm strength.
right.
But Gator fans will probably tell you he would have been better off throwing a couple slants, a couple out routes, completable passes, because that's the big question mark, according to Gator fans.
Well, and it is the question
I think
mark.
he's an absolute freak show, and I think he's going to absolutely go crazy in the NFL.
I
I really do. I feel very confident in that.
That's literally the only reason I want the Colts to draft him because I'm so terrified of the FOMO.
Oh,
know
there
what I
will. I'm telling you. I think
I'm so
you know how
terrified.
Joey was on Lamar.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about AR. But people hate AR more.
Yeah.
You're a big
I-
Lamar guy, huh?
Big Lamar guy.
Yeah.
Only because I was on him so early. I'm falling off the
He's
Lamar.
probably not even gonna play this year.
I said that. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson's pro day to me was quite underwhelming.
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 What was the issue?
It was really basic.
Did it feel gimmicky? It felt gimmicky.
Yeah.
Rolling out to his left and throwing the floater to the guy on the sideline. It was a hell of a throw. I mean, it was
was.
impressive, but that's not
Right.
a game throw.
Well, so that's the thing is most guys don't throw game throws like with the gimmicky stuff, but they make it look so much. And maybe it's just because he does make everything look so easy.
He does.
Because
He
everything
does.
everything that dude does is like incredibly effortless. The backflip.
Oh, that was
like, he
stupid. I
floated.
think he could have did too.
Yeah, he floated and just it's
was
just like
crazy.
slow motion backflip. Like so everything he does is effortless. But like I remember like when Carson Wentz had his pro day, the throws that he would make was just silly. And then that like it showed, okay, this guy has the potential to be really, really good in the league. Trey Lance, it was the same thing. Like he did now both of those
Zach
guys
Wilson.
Yeah,
just about to say,
there you
what do you
go.
want?
Zach Wilson. Like,
Throwing across his body, hash to hash.
right.
Yeah.
down the
There's
field.
so many of these guys that are like
And that's
not great at playing quarterback, but they're great at being athletes and throwing the ball all over the place. Like they can make every throw.
What
They
gets
just
you
can't.
drafted?
But they just can't make every throw. And so I thought that he could have done more with that to kind of play on. Hey, watch me throw the ball, running this way, throwing it back this way, 72 yards. And he just really. I mean, he threw one or two like that, but not to the extent that those other guys that we mentioned did.
See, I don't think he needs to do that anymore. I don't
He
think
probably
needs-
doesn't,
I
but
don't
that
think
gives
he-
you more wows.
I think he threw it into the roof for a reason. There's your freaking
he
wow.
did. Yeah,
How
he
about the backflip? That he could have done 2 back tucks, and that's a wow. I think if anyone has questions on his ability, it's not how hard he can throw the ball or not how easy he gets rid of it. I think it's like like you said, the accuracy.
Right.
So I would want to see like more out-breaking routes. Throw a 10-yard out. Throw the
Right.
corner route. Throw the balls that have to be in the window and have to be tight. Throw the rail route. Don't throw I don't need to see him rolling left and flick his wrist and throw it 85 yards. We know you can do that, bro.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna play devil's advocate since neither one of y'all are. What's his job right now? Is his job to play quarterback or is his job to get drafted?
Right now, his job is to get drafted.
Get
Correct.
drafted.
What gets you drafted? 75 yards,
Answering
rolling
GM's
the opposite route, or throwing a 10-yard out route?
answering GM's questions about your accuracy.
Both.
There are no questions about the arm
We
strength.
got Zach Wilson drafted.
The gimmicky stuff.
Didn't Wilson go? He went number 1, didn't he?
2.
2.
Yeah,
But I don't think they're the same player because they didn't have the same question marks.
that's true.
Everybody knows AR's got a rocket launcher onto his shoulder. Pardon the pun.
Sure.
So I don't need to see. He could probably throw it backwards behind his back 75 yards.
There's
Sure.
a chance.
I don't think that he. Okay, let me put it this way. I don't think he fell because he didn't do those things.
Oh hell no!
Oh no! I don't think.
I don't think he had a bad pro day. I just wasn't. He showed.
So you felt a little underwhelmed too.
Yeah, a little bit.
If I'm him, I'm doing what I'm good at, and that's throwing the ball 80 yards.
I think
Right,
he did.
and I wanted to see more of it in different ways, not just the standard.
I think he showed exactly who he is. Nothing more, nothing less. But I think the question marks weren't that. They weren't
Right.
can he throw the ball far, hard.
Yeah.
It's can he throw it where he wants to throw it.
Right.
I didn't feel like he showcased that enough is all I'm saying. I don't think it hurt his stock at all.
Yeah.
Do you think that this past season at UF, right,
Right.
with the receiving core that he had, I believe you touched on it. Maybe you did last week, talking about the drops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we really know how accurate he is?
That's my whole point. I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
I agree. I think he is an absolute game changer. I went back and watched the Florida game, and I know he had bad moments, but he had one receiver in that game.
Right. Ricky
He
Pearsall.
absolutely freaking took over to score 45 points. Like, and Florida State's defense isn't like a world. They're not great.
Yeah.
Like, they're not the best ever. I understand that. But he made him look awful.
Right.
Absolutely, like, abysmal at home, on the road.
Right. And we've said this from the beginning.
He's
The-
good. He
the-
is
the
freaking
ceiling is so high for him. Like to me, the ceiling for him out of all those guys in this graphic, it's not even close to me. His ceiling is way higher. I mean, it's like so much higher, it's ridiculous. But I also think his floor is probably as low as anyone not named Will Levis, Michael Penix, or Bo Nix.
But okay, so that's great. That's great company though that he's with there. So that's not not like the hottest take ever. I'm saying you're not like totally wrong by saying that.
Right.
I mean, I don't know that I agree with it, but you're probably right there. But I think it's I don't know, man. I think we need to get Clayton's comment in there though, because I think we may some of us may disagree.
I know you guys probably have this stat. What was his completion percentage to Pearsall?
To Pearsall?
I bet you money it's in the 70s.
I don't know.
It's got to be, right? How do
Yeah,
you
I don't know
figure
if
that
I don't
out?
know if you can find it, but I would venture to say it's definitely in the 70s.
Well, I mean,
but also, but Pearsall was always open, so it's easy to throw to an open guy.
Because let's go a step further. Do you think he had a better grasp of the offense and running routes and getting open and creating separation?
I think he's just a better player.
No, I totally agree. But like he also knows when to sit it down and when to keep running.
1,000%.
But
But that's part of being a better player, in my
But
opinion.
that's that's hard on the quarterback. Sometimes they look like jackasses when the receiver runs past
Absolutely.
their window. They're
Yeah,
supposed to sit down in,
Right.
and he throws it to the window, and now the receiver's reaching back for the ball. And it looks like
It looks
he
bad
threw
on
it behind
one,
him.
but yeah,
No, he
I know.
didn't. The receiver sat it down, damn 3 yards too late.
Right. Yeah. You're 100% right on that.
I'm not saying every throw was like that because I saw some of the bad throws, and some of them were bad, some of them were inexcusable. But like we were talking about with pitching, every day ain't your day.
Right.
I don't think he's a bad
That's a
player.
fact.
I think he's a really freaking good player.
Yeah. I think and I've said this for a little while now, but I think he's going to be a better pro than he was a college player. And people are like, I don't understand how he can't be like it's so much harder in the NFL. It is, but it's different. It's a different game completely. I think he'll be a better NFL player than he was a college player.
And I think that should be concerning for Gator fans because you had that walking through the halls and through the field.
No, I mean, he had one receiver.
Missed window.
Yeah.
Put better receivers around him, and you guys have national championship. And a
In
better,
theory.
and a
Right.
better
In theory,
defense.
yeah.
And a better
In
defense.
theory.
I'm just saying, you have like a generational.
You have a Dan Mullen that's fully
I was gonna say,
invested.
You have a generational talent.
Yeah.
And
it's brutal.
That's my point.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
not saying that Billy Napier is an idiot because of this or that. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying he's generational talent, athlete. There's nobody that can debate the level of athlete that he was, and then there's not a whole lot to show from it.
Clayton said his ceiling is Cam Newton. Do we agree that it's Cam Newton? Is it better? Was it
Cam
worse?
Newton played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think Clayton means that
it's
is like
better.
I do too. I do too. But I think Clayton
I don't know. Cam was really good.
at his
Cam was
prime,
really, really good.
he
in
just
his
didn't
prime.
stay there very long.
Yeah, his prime probably wasn't as long as it maybe could have and should have been. But
Yeah.
Cam's
I mean, it
prime was.
2 years, right?
What did-
2-3
And,
years.
Clayton,
and he
all-
played in a bad organization for a lot
For
of
sure.
it.
Yeah,
For sure.
All like jokes aside, Clayton, chat this, and then we're gonna read your previous comment. Because he says you already read his question. Is that like slander or is like a legitimate comment? Like I don't know if he means that like it's a good thing or a bad thing. Which
one?
No, the Cam Newton comment.
Oh yeah.
But
I
read the-
assume he means probably as a good thing.
Okay. Oh God, he's a freaking.
Here
we go.
Knew that was coming.
His previous.
Didn't he lose to an ex-Indianapolis Colt?
He did.
Hey.
He lost to there?
Let's go,
Time
Colts.
His previous comment Clayton made, and then we'll move it on. Said all pro days are gimmicky. It's not serious reps. You can't judge anything. I think
you can judge.
I think you can, and I think the ones that are trying to improve their draft stock are like trying to showcase
was
their
just about to
arms
say
and
that.
their throws. Like they're trying to show you, like, hey, I do have the arm strength to make this throw. I do have the accuracy to make this throw. Like that's why they're scripted. They're scripted. Like they're planned out on purpose.
Von Miller single-handedly killed Cam Newton's prime. Of course he did because he's a Bronco or was.
What do you think about that, Joy?
That last comment.
No. Well, or either or.
Which
What were we just talking about with the pro days being like gimmicky or
I agree.
scripted?
They are, yes, but I mentioned Trey Lance earlier. Trey Lance had played -7 games of college football. Like he literally played 1 year, took a year off, and then went into the draft.
Yep.
Had a really, really good pro day to solidify where he was. I don't know that it necessarily made him jump into the top 5 because I think that he'd been talked about in that circle anyways. However, it definitely solidified him as a top 5 quarterback because of we'll call it what it is. A lot of it was gimmicky.
Yeah. He also played at North Dakota
State.
Yeah, I mean,
They're really good at pro days because, like I said, him and Carson Wentz,
yeah, but not the University of Florida. There's a whole lot more questions for him than there are for A.
Did Trey Lance have good numbers his first 2 starts at San Francisco this year?
Not great.
Yeah.
Pretty
Not
bad.
great.
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
But so similar to AR, very limited. Like I don't know what he did in high school, but AR was limited in high school starts wise, limited in college. Trey Lance had I think 11 starts in college.
Yeah.
And then went into that jump to the NFL. Like the game's going to be different.
Oh, for sure.
Like it's going to take him time, and I don't think that. I think people are going to have a hard time with that.
Boy, the Indianapolis Colts got time.
Do they? All the time in the world.
Plenty of time.
We got time, baby.
Yeah, no doubt. All right.
He's truly the only guy I want because I really don't think any of those other guys can get the Super Bowl.
I agree. That's what you should be. That's the goal.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Hey, there was a lot to discuss in the NCAA Women's Final Four. I feel like
Just the final.
the final.
Final, right?
Just the
Yeah,
final.
just the final. I didn't mean Final Four.
You want to first?
Huh?
You wanna...
No, we're gonna do it after that. That's why it's where it is.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey,
That's the production meeting live right there. Let's
we're
keep
all
rolling.
working at this together, big guy. We're all working at this together.
Huh. Looks like it just moved to the
All right,
Edited
keep it
by
moving.
Tyler Rolfe. Chris, I know you had some thoughts on the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese situation. Do you still have those thoughts? I don't know what they were.
No,
you just
'cause,
said let's talk about it.
I mean, I may not share them. It caught fire a little bit.
It did.
Here's my thing. I think that both of those women competed at extremely high level. 9.9 million viewers
Biggest ever, right?
Yeah, that beats some quite a few male events, male sporting events.
What was the men's? What was the men's?
It was like 11 or 12.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
But
crazy.
probably at halftime, that number decreased by a lot.
Yeah, because they played a 9:20.
Right. Yeah, that's true too.
Freaking ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
But so like the biggest thing was the girl, the Bayou Barbie. What's her name? Angel Reese.
Yeah,
She's good.
she is good.
She's really good. And then Caitlin Clark,
Right.
who you talked about previously.
Yeah,
and how absolutely rock star of a basketball player she is.
Right.
I thought I liked the competition that they had between each other.
Uh-huh.
Now the one thing that is like I'm missing a little bit, and I may not. I didn't watch. I wasn't one of the 9.9 million. Unfortunately, I didn't watch the game. I wasn't feeling well that day. Actually, the day before, I didn't watch the game. Just keeping
I
it
appreciate
real.
your honesty.
Just keeping it real with y'all. I did not watch the game. They play below the rim. I can't watch that. Anyways.
That's actually a really good point. They play below the rim.
They do. I put it at 9, and let's watch these girls like just monster jamming on people. Then I'm here for it. Anyways, so I didn't watch it, but I did watch like the last 10 seconds where Angel Reese like stalked her or whatever, was talking her trash or whatever. And like as a competitor, I'm like, you did just get beat. So I'm like, well, what did Caitlin Clark do to her during the game that caused that? Like, that's personal. Like you go after her like that, that's freaking personal. And like all the post game stuff, like it's personal.
Right.
Like I'm like, damn, she must have like, what'd she do? Like I love it. Angel Reese is getting her.
Right.
Like this is what you get. You talk trash, and then I'm like, she didn't really do anything.
No,
that's just what she had been doing all year. Like you can't see me thing.
Right.
I don't know.
She started it 2 games before that. It wasn't all year. It was 2 games before that when she started it, because opposing players and then their fans right behind the bench were talking nonsense about
because she's like the best in the game.
Because she is the best in the game.
Yes.
And they were talking about how she's overrated. One of the student sections chanted overrated at her, and so that's where it originated.
Okay, so she was.
So as she's
What's she
walking,
average in the tournament?
like 712 points
Like
a game.
38?
Yeah,
It
she's
really
the
was
award
like
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally close to
I mean, every time I pulled up a box score, I pulled it up
Yeah.
just to see how many points she scored.
100%.
And it was like 40.
Yeah.
Right.
40.
Crazy.
38.
Right.
Yeah.
42.
How many she have in the natty?
I think it was 36.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all.
You know what I mean?
36.
Yeah.
Like best player in the country.
Yeah. So I couldn't understand.
Right.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
So like I'm like the biggest proponent of trash talking. Like I love that. Like, that's
yep.
what I did.
Can
That's
confirm.
What
I am surprised at this where this conversation is going right now.
No, I mean I love it. But I just it felt like aimed a little bit. Like it felt like maybe
You think
she
it needs to be warranted a little bit?
I almost feel like it needs to be warranted a little bit. However, like if she puts that chip on her shoulder and she's like, you know, like MJ said in the documentary, like I sometimes had to like fabricate stuff in my head about the other team saying stuff about me to get myself in the right mode.
Right.
Like whatever. Maybe did she go over the top a little bit? Maybe, but I mean,
Here's my thing. I think this had very, very, very little to do with Caitlin Clark herself. I think that Angel Reese felt really, really disrespected because did you hear of Angel Reese before the national championship game?
a little bit, yes.
Okay, but you heard of her, but
I knew she was the leader of the LSU team.
Right. I mean,
I had
same
no
there,
idea.
same there. Nobody was really talking about LSU. Nobody leading up to that game. Nobody
Yes.
was talking about LSU.
I'm with that.
Everyone was talking about Caitlin Clark.
Yep.
And I think they used that and felt really disrespected by the whole situation. And so, again, really minimal to do with Caitlin Clark herself.
Yeah.
And more to do with the media's attention to her. And so that was Angel Reese's her way of saying, I'm here too. This ain't just your show. You're not carrying this league. This is us as well. And I think it probably comes off as tasteless and
It looked ugly.
disrespectful.
It did look classless.
It did. But
But you're an athlete, right?
But I'm an athlete.
You was an athlete.
Right.
You were an athlete.
Yep.
Myself was an athlete.
Right.
You ain't never done it.
Then that's where I went back to. That's where I kept going back to. Like
I
I know anytime I felt disrespected, not during the game, not prior to the game, but after the game,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what I got to say. Then I'm gonna get everything off my chest. Then
You know, there's been times, you know, you're in a situation, obviously, you know, at certain levels it's different.
Right.
Right. You can't in pro ball, you can say whatever you want to say.
Right.
You know, now understand that guy can come get you.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if that team is running their mouth or whatever in any situation, you're going to say something back to them.
Yeah, no doubt.
But that's the athlete in you.
Yeah, I think too. I agree with that. I think as a coach though,
Yes.
I've had to like reel that way back.
sure.
Like
For
it happened.
sure.
It just happened
No
this
doubt.
year for me. Just this year, we got as Union County. We got to go. Columbia came to us and we knocked them off.
Yes.
And I saved
Read
all
about
kind of receipts. I was ready. Like all week long, I was in like a different. Like I was like an animal, man. I couldn't be around anybody. Like I was ready. I was ready to literally go on Tuesday. Like because I was reading. I didn't like nothing or tweet nothing. I just kept reading.
Right.
And I had all kind of stuff that I like wanted to say. And when we won, I was like, all right, that was good enough. That was sweet enough. I'm not gonna go after everybody that I wanted to, even though I did
no
in my
doubt.
head, trust me. But as a player,
I was just about to say, if you were 17 or 18 and playing in that
if
game,
I'm in her shoes,
It's getting tweeted out.
I'm slitting her throat. Like we got to go. Like so I don't like from that point of view. And I get why. I understand why people don't like it because it was kind of like it was a lot. It was a lot, but like whatever. Like when.
right? Yeah,
And it may have been misguided because Caitlin Clark, I don't think, really did anything disrespectful.
No.
But she was the best player on the other team that we just beat for a national championship. So
Right.
you don't have to hear me.
yeah.
I think
I think that's what it was.
I think it's being blown out of proportion. I do not think it was a race thing. I just want that to be very clear. It ain't a race thing.
I had 2 points. I 100% agree with that. I think it has nothing to do with that. People are like, oh, well, she did this, but now she's getting criticized. No. Had nothing to do with race.
I totally agree. I don't think it was race at all.
Nothing.
Either side.
You know what else it doesn't have anything to do with? Like why she's getting the backlash? Gender.
Oh, my
Holly Rowe tweeted that. If this was a male, blah, blah, shut up.
No.
Shut up. No. It's because of the situation. Like, no, it had nothing to do with either of those two things. Nothing.
I think, okay, I'm going to branch out just a very little bit. I'm going to step on this branch just a little bit, and then we can keep it moving.
All right.
I think, like, how she went about it during the game still, while the time was ticking, while the girl was walking away,
Right.
it felt kind of like bullying a little bit. Like, we just kicked your teeth in. Now you got
see
to,
that.
yeah. Now
Right.
I'm in your face while you're trying to walk away, and I'm hitting your thing in your face, and I'm pointing to my ring. Like, I get like to people that aren't athletes and don't come from like that competitive background, whether you're an athlete or not. Like, I can see how that may look and feel kind of abrasive because if you're not like an athlete, like Caitlin Clark's an athlete and a
Right.
competitor, and you know why? We all know that. Because she knew, she got it, she understood.
Right.
She just kept walking.
Yeah.
If she wouldn't have, if it would have been too much to her, she would have addressed it.
Right.
But she knew we just got beat. You're their best player. I'm our best.
So what? You know, I'm a little bit older than y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You are.
So I grew up watching late '80s, early '90s NBA games.
Oh yes,
Right.
sir. When it was
What-
when it was
what-
real basketball.
What do you think them guys were saying? If we had high, what do you? I mean,
You're right. That's a great point.
I think it's a different world.
It's not even close.
Right.
I agree.
Somebody gets punched in the face probably.
Every game,
Yeah. I mean, after that,
I mean, it happened.
You'd come up and do this
you're getting punched.
right here, do that a few more
Oh,
times,
yeah, I'm swinging
and
on
then
you.
follow me around. Yeah.
I
Back,
would've-
back
okay.
in those days, you're probably getting swung on.
If I'm Caitlin Clark, I'd probably swing on her. Oh no, there is no. You can't tell me a damn. Don't tell no lie right now. There's no way in hell that you're gonna walk away with somebody like stalking you.
After game, during game, or what?
In that moment.
In that
In
moment.
that moment.
In that
On
moment.
national television.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're doing too.
Let's move on.
It's interesting.
We're swinging.
Let's move on. Let me address
Hell,
this.
I did it pregame in a football game. Before that, I got a flag for it.
Yeah, you did.
No, it's happening. You guys, we're
This
not.
man
We're
said
not.
pregame.
He did.
I did. I promise. Against Live Oak.
Yep, against Live Oak.
They went and thought they were going to jump on the 50-yard line. Not today.
Anyways, last thing about the women's final. How many people did you say watch?
9.9 million.
9.9 million people watched, the most that's ever watched.
Yes, sir.
I was part of that 9.9 million.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there to watch the referees.
It turned into
Take
that.
the game out of the referees' hands. It was so embarrassing.
Give Joey a solo camera right here. He deserves it. It's his platform.
So you're saying it was a Big Ten basketball game?
I'm saying it was the most embarrassing officiating I've ever seen in my entire life. Like I can't fathom having. And I don't know if these three referees, which happened to all be females, were the best of the best in women's college basketball this year, but if they were, holy hell, they need to get better. Because, man, it was bad. First of all, if you do have the greatest player maybe in the history of your sport, right? Caitlin Clark has transcended the game of basketball for women. I mean, she has turned the game into something that's enjoyable for a lot more people.
No doubt.
In the last year.
I watched more highlights.
Right.
I'm not going to say games because
that would be a lie. Right.
A game.
Right.
I watched more highlights of her pulling up on the logos
Right.
Yeah.
than I've ever seen.
And you kind of enjoyed it.
Oh, I was like, bucket.
And you kind of enjoyed
You know
it.
what I mean?
So to have her have 3 fouls in the first half and 2 of them being offensive and 1 of them being very, very, very questionable at best, probably not the greatest thing in the world. Her 4th foul being a technical for grabbing the ball and tossing it behind her
I saw
back
that.
to where the ball is going to be inbounded at.
Yeah.
That's her 4th. That's ridiculous.
Stupid.
So to take
See, I didn't know all that.
To take
I
your
didn't know any of this.
so to take
Yeah,
the best
I knew
player
about the
on the
text.
court,
Wow.
to take the best player on the court, and the reason that everybody is there to watch your sport, to take that person off the court, is absolutely asinine to me. I'm not saying to give her different treatment. I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve Michael Jordan treatment. However, she doesn't deserve to be just another player either.
Maybe.
She doesn't. Breanna Stewart was really good. I agree. She didn't change the game of women's basketball though, Clayton.
I agree.
So to not give her the respect that she deserves, I thought was very, very, very disheartening from the referee standpoint.
I agree.
Horrible officiating.
That's crazy.
I didn't know she got foul trouble like that.
Yeah, early.
Yeah. She had 3 in the first half.
What was the final score of the game?
They lost by 15.
Yeah, I don't.
Get out of here, probably.
Yeah.
But does the game change if she's not sitting out?
I mean, maybe, but they couldn't rebound the basketball either.
Yeah,
LSU
okay.
out-rebounded them like
Yeah,
720
physical.
to
They were way more
6.
physical.
Okay.
Yeah.
So South Carolina, they're still with them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah.
Robot refs. Moving on.
Robot refs, here we go.
JT.
Oh, you know what? Hey, we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
Later. Brian Sports ad read.
Yeah.
My guy Brian. You know Brian.
I do know, bro.
Yeah, he used to do a lot
Brian's
of business
a
with
great
Brian.
guy.
Yeah. Brian is a great guy. Go see Brian at Brian Sports for all your sporting good needs, any of your jersey needs, shirt needs, anything. Really, any sporting goods. Brian Sports, 755-0570. If you mention Front Porch Sitting, you'll get 10% off. Go see my guy.
Brian, normally when Joey does the phone number, it's not a big deal. But tonight, you're like one of one because you're the only one that he actually got so far.
Oh my God, so much shape. I've been trying to get a Columbia
That's
High
a
School.
compliment to Brian, I think.
That's true. I've been trying to get a Columbia High School hat for the longest time from Joey.
Yeah.
And
We don't have any.
I've been at school for 2 weeks. I can't get a Columbia High School hat. I have
They're,
no idea.
they're
what the
in
hell's
really
going on.
high. I don't have both of them. So the baseball team got 2 this year. I only have 1 of them.
Why?
Like we have a purple one and a white one. I don't have the white one because I don't know. I just didn't have enough, I guess.
I just need a
High
Columbia High
demand.
School hat. Well, you know,
High
I've decided I'm going to Brian Sports. Like I wanted like the official gear. I don't have no problem going to Sport Brian. But then I was like, you know what? I'll just go buy a hat from Brian.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure he's got a Columbia High School hat. I'll be in there this weekend.
Yes,
Big
sir.
fan.
I'm
fan.
over this.
I'm with it.
No coaching gear. What the hell's going on?
There's nothing to talk about in the men's game, right? UConn was very dominant.
UConn dominated the entire tournament. They did not.
Closest game was 13 points.
Yeah, I was gonna say 13
Yeah, I was
points.
about to say double digits, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They didn't play a game within 13, and none of the games were like pull away late. It was like, hey, you got beat down.
Yeah,
Who set these seeds?
An idiot.
But let me,
Right,
Joey, you pay attention to a lot of this, and you may too on the college basketball side. Who did they play throughout the whole tournament? What was their schedule? What games? Who was their opponent?
UConn?
Yeah, wasn't there a lot of upsets in their little bracket?
I'm not
going?
sure.
No,
I know-
they had a decent little run.
Did they?
Yeah, it wasn't the worst.
I mean, you're winning the national title.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good run.
Yeah.
Right. No matter.
They
who you
held
play.
us-
I just didn't know if they. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know.
Right,
Like
right.
their path was easy.
Yeah.
I know they held holding San Diego State under 60 is crazy. Like that's they just I thought it was pretty cool that their coach said like 2 years ago like if you want us get us now because we're coming. Yeah, I thought that was pretty.
Man,
I thought
he
that
wasn't wrong, was he?
I thought that was pretty telling.
So
there
they
it is.
played. They
It's
played
right on TV too.
I
It's
mean, they
probably
beat
easier to see.
Gonzaga by
Yeah.
28.
Iona, St. Mary's, Arkansas, Gonzaga, and then of course the Final Four.
So the highest seed they played was a 3 seed, Gonzaga.
Yeah.
The
They got fortunate they didn't have to play Kansas.
the FAU and
Oh.
Kansas State game.
Yeah,
I thought that was the best game of the tournament.
I think you might be right. That was unbelievable.
I agree.
Like right when
It was
Kansas
heartbreaking
State
there.
would make them runs, and they just kept answering.
Yeah.
And
They
I
did.
was like, oh my goodness, FA, well, that's FAU, right?
Yeah, FAU.
FAU is about to beat these dudes.
Right.
Yeah. That was good. That was definitely good.
Yeah. I actually enjoyed the tournament quite a bit, so I was happy for it. But yeah, I don't have anything to say. They were dominant.
Yeah,
Super dominant. Yeah.
Speaking of another tournament that you liked, that you love.
That I don't like it. I love it. The
I
one
don't
coming
like
up?
it. I love it. That's a JT song. You know that?
Yeah, I did.
The Masters.
Yes, sir.
The green jacket.
The
Talk to me.
green jacket.
Talk to me.
The Live guys are back. How do you feel about that, Chris?
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Have you been to one?
Great.
Yeah.
Have you been to a live tournament?
I have not, but I've seen the golf carts rolling down the interstate. I took a picture of it. It was so cool. I swear it's true.
So myself, I have not been. A buddy of mine went and said, I believe on hole 9 or throughout they got DJs.
Yeah. That's actually quite stunning.
Wow.
And they're just jamming the whole day.
It's like a 7-on-7
Now, I don't know
football
if this is
tournament.
a fact, but they told me recently, 2 days ago, that it is a party.
Oh yeah, they had one in Florida. Was that?
It was in Orlando.
Yeah, in Orlando.
Yeah, Brooks Koepka won it. Brooksy.
Brooksy. That's dude. Have you ever been to a 7-on-7 flag or not flag 7-on-7 tournament for football?
Yes, I've been to a whole bunch of
I know
those.
you have.
No.
Okay, like it's pretty wild.
I mean, I see
It's,
highlights.
it's not my scene.
No, I love
No, we can't. I can't take my team to those.
it.
Man, they want to fight.
Well, yeah, that's part of the fun.
It's not though because I'm responsible for them, so it's
Well,
not
yeah, probably
fun.
for you.
So
it's
where
not.
do you?
We like to go to-
7-on-7.
We do it against each other.
Really?
Yeah, Columbia High School has 7-on-7. We just compete with each other. They have like travel teams, AAU teams, basically is what
They
it is.
do?
Pretty much, yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
Now let me ask you this: do kids get recruited out of those?
Joey, that's a good question for you. Joey's son plays on one.
I don't know. I'll let
I
you
would
know soon.
say no, Heath. Here's what I would say. I would say they get put on radars potentially,
I got you.
Right.
and then they'll be followed up with when they have pads on.
I was just about to say it's just another way to get.
So it's like a
to
showcase
get
for baseball.
yeah,
Kinda,
It's
but
another way to get
probably
film.
not
I'm
as
doing-
good,
I'm using
though.
film
Yeah,
and
film.
air quotes. It's another way to get film out there to where you can see guys running routes and catching balls. But like Chris said, once pads are on, that's when it gets
That's
real.
what they want to see. They want to see him in pads. It's a little different
No
with baseball because baseball, if you can hit, most of the time you can hit.
Yeah.
In football, if you can catch with like underwear on, cool, but you don't get to play your sport in underwear. You have to wear pads and
They,
helmets.
yeah,
and
they
everything
pretty
else.
much wear underwear. It's really tight.
No, it's like spandex. No, it's like literally. That's like the coaches. I'm sorry, that's
so
coach
why
speak
don't they put on a pair of shorts?
because they're not as good in that. Well, shorts they would be, I guess. But like the
Slows
shoulder
them down,
pads, yeah,
slows them down, right?
yeah, because the shoulder pads, my DB's grabbing that. You're not getting off the ball. Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to get sidetracked on
It's
that.
okay. It's okay.
But the Masters,
The Masters.
I freaking love the Masters. All,
it's one of my
4
favorite.
days.
It's one of my favorite tournaments.
Yeah,
The only golf event I watch.
Really?
It is my
Yes,
favorite.
I do watch it.
I checked today at Columbia High School, the school Wi-Fi, to check to see if the Masters is blocked. If I would be able to have access
It
to
didn't
view
used
that.
to be.
It is not. It is not. It is just. It is available for me to watch. I teach PE, so we have golf clubs too. So sometimes we do golf a little bit. There are golf clubs there, so we may be examining swings of certain athletes tomorrow.
That seems like a terrible situation. I
That's-
took off work tomorrow, so
Oh my god!
Wow.
yeah.
Dude,
Did you get a text saying, "Hey, I'm taking off work"?
I'm not watching
Come
the
over
Masters.
and watch the Masters.
I'm not watching the Masters.
What are you doing?
I'm going to play.
That seems stupid. Okay, the Masters.
Well, it's supposed to rain all weekend, so
Yeah,
whatever.
that's not gonna be that great.
Who do you like, Joey? Odds to win the Masters.
Tiger Woods, 66-1.
This guy.
I'm just kidding. I do like Tiger.
Does he
Woods.
make the cut?
I think so.
It's pretty good odds. You can bet some decent money for him to make the cut.
I think Tiger does make the cut.
Actually, I
I
think
think
it's
it
minus. I think it's minus money. I think it's like minus 143
That makes sense.
for him to make the
I think
cut.
the Masters is so unique that I think it's more mental than any other golf course.
Yeah.
And I think if anybody has that course mastered mentally, it's Tiger Woods. Probably, I don't think anybody knows the greens better than Tiger,
Right.
and I think he'll putt pretty good.
Yeah. He
Is that the key for him? The short game.
I think so. For him, I think the key at the Masters is you do not have to be in the fairway, so he can kind of spray it a little bit.
And he does do that sometimes.
And then once he dials it back in, that's when it's go time. But he can get away. He can get into trouble and then get away with that trouble.
Yeah.
And still make par, and then like you said, he can putt a little bit. So, then you run in a couple of birdies here and there, and the next thing you know, you've shot 67.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, Tiger was 500 today, and he really didn't
Now
do
he's
anything
in the-
special.
Now he's in the race.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think
then once
he's
he's in the race, his name alone, as we saw 3 years ago, his name
yeah,
alone
no doubt.
gets him to the finish
Yeah, I,
line.
was
Who-
gonna say, I think he's a great candidate if he gets off on a hot start.
I hope so.
If he starts feeling like, "Ooh boy, I can win this thing."
Oh, I love Tiger.
Oh, yeah.
I hope this
If
happens.
he gets on a roll early,
You get Tiger with a little blood in his eyes, and it's go time.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm here for that.
blood in his
Yeah, bud. I'll be here all night. Literally.
It's a different
I live
animal.
I'm gonna go. I'm going Colin Morikawa plus 2,500.
Hey, already got it locked in, baby.
You do?
Let's
Do you
try it.
really?
This side of the table. Yes,
Yeah, I like Colin.
Big fan. Big
I
fan
like
of
Colin.
Colin.
He's really good with his
I feel like
irons.
25-1 is like.
Yeah, 25-1.
Yeah.
He's good with his irons too. Like that's important. You gotta be able. Like the par threes, you have to be.
Do I have Cam Smith locked in at 22-1?
Cam Smith is 22. Yeah, 22-1.
Yeah.
Solid stuff there,
This
boys.
is, I'm not.
You're not going to discuss this?
Just give me an underdog here.
I got you one. Here's the underdog here. I'll give
Okay.
it to you.
This-
Brooks
Here,
Koepka.
hold on. Just let me look at the list.
Brooks
Look at the
Koepka,
list,
40-1.
I'll pick a
Coming
guy
off
here.
of a tournament win in Orlando with a live.
Any,
Really
any,
now,
yeah,
are
any,
these-
He's 40-1.
Are these the world rankings?
No. That is the likelihood that they win the tournament in
Okay.
best to worst. So the lower you go, it's getting worse. But keep
that's
scrolling.
okay.
I think
okay.
Brooks has. I like Brooks this
I
week.
like
You know
Brooks
what?
40-1.
I'm gonna take Bubba Watson.
Oh shoot, Bubba Watson.
That's a good long shot.
Yeah, I do like that.
I'll
one.
take Bubba. I know.
Where's he at?
Listen, sitters. I know
Plus
zero about golf.
225,000, so 225-1.
Yeah. You
that's
said you
what
know zero
Bubba-
about golf?
Yeah.
Zero about
That's
golf. When I
crazy.
play golf, I hit golf balls. That's what I do. That's it.
I'm
It's a
with
good
that.
start.
225-1 is not bad.
I have a great feel for the irons.
Hey,
I'm just saying. It's a
I
tough
like.
one.
I do. I like. I really do like Koepka coming off of a win, 40-1.
I think
that's
40 to
not
1
bad.
is really good value for him.
that seems way too
So I
high.
thought, going back to the live thing, I thought if they
no, that's
played
right.
in the live golf, they couldn't be.
They can't play in PGA events.
Yeah, so
PGA
this isn't a
events.
PGA event
Okay,
technically.
see, that's news to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The majors aren't
Okay.
aren't PGA sanctioned events.
Besides the PGA
So why wouldn't you
championship,
go
yeah.
play?
Yeah, well, the PGA championship is sorry, yeah, but the other
was.
three aren't.
Money. I'm playing live.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where you at, Joey? Where you at? Long shot here. We got.
We got to get to the
the
interview. Give me Justin Thomas. Not as a long shot, just I think he has a good chance to win this thing. I like Tommy Fleetwood as a longer-ish shot.
What's his odds?
I have it at 50. I think it's probably better than that at a lot of
No,
places.
I got it at 50.
Okay, good. And then my longest shot is my favorite long shot guy of all time, Siwoo Kim.
Dude, you are the biggest Siwoo guy of
I'm
all time.
yeah. I probably am the only.
Where
member
is
of
he
the-
at?
I got him at 90. I don't know what it's at everywhere
That's
else.
really good value for
That's
Siwoo.
not bad for him.
Like
It's- yeah, I got him
he
at
can
nine-
just
it's
get
at
really
90.
hot.
Yeah.
He's not the best golfer in the world, but man, and when he gets hot, there's not many that can roll it with him.
What's going on with just? I'm looking at long shots. DeChambeau. What's his story? What's
No,
happening?
No, thank you.
No, I agree. Not the Masters.
No,
He's not in that.
he
Bubba
apparently his
Watson
wrist
will
hurts.
have the best shoes on there. Period. Truth. That's a
I
fact.
definitely have the best colored driver too.
Yes.
All right. I'm excited for the Masters. I really
I am
am.
excited about the Masters as well.
I mean, is it a foregone conclusion that Scotty wins it, Scheffler?
I think it's hard to bet against Scotty right now.
He's so hot. Like he is freaking on. He's in fuego
It's
right
a year.
now.
It's a 365 day like killer too.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah,
everything is pure. Even when it's not, it's right.
right.
No love for Jordan Spieth.
He's
Yeah,
fourth.
I like Spieth to finish well, but
16-1.
I just
I do think the course
I
is
think there's
good
more
for
value.
him.
Yeah.
I personally like Finau at 22-1.
I don't hate that.
if he was
He snapped his ankle at that place and walked off
finished
with
top
it.
10 that year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the dude who always wears the green glove? Oh my goodness.
Charlie Hoffman.
Yep, I like Charlie Hoffman. I don't know what his odds are, but he always
Kick
plays
rocks
well
on
here.
Charlie Hoffman.
He always plays well here.
Yeah.
Look at his past finishes.
I've seen Charlie Hoffman's past finishes. He's not going to win.
Ooh, I'm scrolling a lot here.
Okay,
Tyler.
maybe not to win. Top 10? That dude is always up there. He falls apart on Sunday.
Yeah, 7 years ago he was always. Anyways, listen, Heath Phillips interview. But before we get to Heath Phillips interview, because Heath went to Mr. Josh McCardle.
Woo! Look at that.
Look at that.
beard.
Look at that line. Look at
I
that
mean-
lined up.
Hold on. Oh, the camera's on this side.
Look at that.
Hold on. I'm all crooked here. I mean,
That's
come on one
clean.
time. Come on one time.
Look at that. Look at that, man.
That's strong.
He
That's
carved
strong.
him up.
Josh's barbershop is the best. Period. You won't find anybody better. The conversation is fantastic. The shot, the barber skills. Yeah, the barber skills are fantastic.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fantastic.
Really, really, truly won't find anyone better.
An experience I've never had before.
Yeah.
Happened today. So
See, there you go.
Good experience.
it was fantastic. I know. You see it on TV.
Right.
You see it on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just, I just had to do it.
What'd you do?
Yeah, tell us what you did.
Are you sure you want to know what I did?
I want to know because I did the same thing. You go
It
ahead.
starts with exactly 185 degree wax,
Yeah.
then Q-tips,
Yep.
and then goes in your nostrils,
Yep. And then
Straight in.
straight in. No hesitation, just straight in your nostrils.
I gotta tell you, knowing that it's at
I'm a big
exactly
fan of it.
185 degrees, that it's at that precision, it gives me a little more confidence.
no doubt. Go ahead.
Every guy, will trim their nose hairs.
Yeah.
Not no more.
You got that.
You ain't got
I had none.
You felt like
Straight wax.
Did you feel like a blower, like a vacuum, like you could just breathe so good?
Immediately.
Yeah,
And
immediately.
and Joey,
real?
you have to do it.
What?
That's
No,
real.
listen, I did it. I did it too.
It does not hurt.
It doesn't hurt like you think it would hurt. It does not hurt like you think it would hurt.
If you pluck, let's see, an eyebrow
Yeah.
Right.
or
a
a
nose hair.
or a nose
Or a
hair.
nose hair.
Yeah, you pull one nose hair.
it sucks. When you
Yes.
pull 700,
Yeah.
It's okay.
it don't hurt.
I expect to be bleeding. Nothing. I was good. I could just like literally breathe so
The
good.
nose wasn't even red.
Josh McCardle, I'm telling you.
Yes.
I
like-
really hope we have his phone number after this ad read.
We do. If you need to
Joey.
get in touch with him, Joey, you text him at what number,
You
Joey?
text him at 386-247-1430. It's true.
Hey,
It's dang true.
he got me in. I shot him a text. I shot Joey a text. I said, "Hey man, what's the number to the barbershop? I got to go before I get on."
Right.
Before I was looking rough.
Yeah.
Beard was
Little scruffy.
all built.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Beard.
Come on now.
C-Mart's always had that nice faded beard.
Yes, sir.
And I got clippers and I do myself, but I mean,
You can't duplicate what Josh does.
not at all.
I'm telling you, man.
I mean, it's fantastic.
The experience too. I'm telling you. We've seen quite a few people with Josh.
Chill spot.
Oh yeah, it's a sweet little vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Got a couple TVs, leather couches,
Oh yeah.
nice barber chair.
Yeah.
He does a great job.
He's awesome.
Got anything you need.
And,
And can do whatever.
yeah. Literally.
You want a skin tight fade, he'll get you.
Oh, he's got you.
It's fantastic.
Josh is the best.
I
He
go
really- he
straight.
really
I
is.
go straight ball. I'm getting to that age.
Yeah.
Starting to get a little power alleys. Might as well just cut them out.
I love it.
What a clown. I love
Becoming
it.
an old man.
I'm with that.
All right, Heath.
Yes, sir.
Meat and potatoes of this situation. A little background on you. You're from Evansville, Indiana, yes?
Evansville, Indiana. I'm a
just wanna
Hoosier.
Let's go Hoosiers.
Wanted to make sure that I had that right. From Evansville. Went to Lake City Community College,
Yes.
pitched there. Got drafted by the Chicago White Sox in the 10th round.
Yes, out of high school.
Boy, look at me.
Straight out of high school.
Yeah, he got drafted in the 10th round.
But I
don't
can't.
look over here. Hey, my man looked over here like I got notes. No, sir. No, sir. No,
Okay,
sir.
He's acting like I'm trying to throw shade at him. I was going to give him props because I was pretty sure he wasn't looking at notes.
Yeah,
And
he
I was
was.
going
No,
to say,
I
Joey's doing this all off memory.
Let me say this. I've known Heath for quite a few years now.
Yeah, for sure.
So I have a decent memory when it comes to sports.
Just trying to give you props.
Thank you.
Won't
I
happen
appreciate
again.
it. I
Won't
appreciate
happen
it. I
again.
appreciate it. I thought that you were going to throw shade whenever you saw me looking at.
Won't happen again.
It doesn't matter. Got drafted out of high school,
Yes.
10th round by the White Sox. Then pitched at Lake City Community College for a year.
Then I met Tom Clark.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And then ended up having a pretty good little major league career. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So let's go. First of all, thanks for coming.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no
Wait,
Hey,
doubt.
this is awesome, man.
I don't even know how
I
this
chime
came.
in on the show sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
yeah.
always watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're very, very appreciative of that. Oh, background of how front porch sitting happened.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, let this be known, Chris.
This,
All right.
this is after a dub
Versus who?
versus Swanee.
Swanee. We're sitting in the clubhouse, and it was a nice win. It was a very nice win.
Yeah.
We're s-
We went undefeated against Swanee, didn't we?
yeah, I believe so.
That year?
3 years.
I only coached for 2 of them.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't coach the first year.
Oh, you were asked to.
Maybe, but
Yeah, you
I
were
was
100% bad.
I was in the process of getting my life in order at the time
That's
and
true. That's
trying to get in
That is
my
true.
career.
We did have a very good record versus the Bull Pups.
For sure.
Yeah. So we beat them over there, at our place. We beat them at our place, and we're sitting up in the clubhouse, and we're like, man,
Just talking.
Yeah, we're just
Like we
hanging
did
out.
every game. Win or lose.
Yeah, it didn't matter. We were in the
Didn't matter,
clubhouse
win or
talking.
lose,
So
we were
yeah, we're
talking.
just like we're like
I got in
hanging
a lot of
out,
trouble for those nights a lot of times. But
waiting
whatever.
on the kids to
as well.
leave, waiting on the kids to leave. And I remember thinking, like, at the time I was a bachelor, had a girlfriend, Kelsey was my girlfriend, but I lived by myself.
Right.
Well, I had 2 roommates,
Right.
which they're a lot of fun. That was part of the thing here.
One's not here tonight.
Yeah, Brad was the roommate, and Jesse Coach Fluff, he was there. So I was like, hey boys, like let's go, let's move this thing on to my house. Like let's go hang out on like the blue house.
And that's what we did.
Yeah. So I don't know which one of you that it said it, but one of you was like, let's go do some front porch sitting. Because remember that house? That house was freaking so
Perfect
small,
front porch.
but perfect.
Like the front porch was immaculate on that
Oh.
because there's so much open field like on the front side.
Yes.
And then there was the interstate in the background.
there was
then
no
there
trees.
was no trees, and so all you saw was sky, stars. It was
Perfect.
really
It was way out in
it
the
was
country. Remember?
perfect
Yeah,
front porch.
no bother. Nobody messed with you. It was like the perfect front porch.
May or may not have partaked in a lot of victory cigars on that front porch.
We did.
It did.
And what would happen
That's
is
where it started, was this night.
That's where it started. We're like, hey, man, we're like kind of front porch sitting. Let's go. So then most wins or losses, whatever. We didn't have a whole lot of losses, but most games,
Facts.
most evenings, we would go like front porch sit.
And then we started hashtagging it on Twitter.
Yeah, front
And then
porch
everybody
sitting.
wanted to know what it was.
And nobody would say it.
Yeah. It was just between us.
It was.
That was
Don't
our
worry
thing.
about. I mean, how many of the boys? Hey, what do y'all? What do y'all?
Yeah.
Literally all of them.
doing?
They
What
want,
do y'all
yeah,
do?
yeah.
All of them.
That crew
Yep.
definitely wanted to come over.
Oh, yeah. They
You know what I mean?
that crew
And
definitely
look.
did.
One game got into early, Tyson said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
that is true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Good times, but that's where it originated.
That's where it originated.
We started doing that, and then like we kind of carried it over, and then eventually began the front porch sitting podcast. So it's
Right.
kind of full circle here
it's awesome, man.
to get you
It's
back on. So again, like Joey said, thanks. Happy to have you. Thanks for coming
Yeah,
on,
man.
and we're excited to get into this.
So we're going to be all over the place, I think, with this. But my first question to you was like, what was the recruiting process like for you? I know you said you got drafted out of high school, and then Tom Clark came around, and then
Yeah.
things happened. But what was it like for you?
So I mean, for me back then, I mean, it was really about you got your 5 visits,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. And travel ball really wasn't around until my junior year. I played for a team called the Indiana Bulls. Mm-hmm. Played for a guy named Craig Moore. He's passed on since then. But just a great dude. Introduced me to a game where I was like, oh, wow. There are players around this country that are really good.
Yeah, not just you, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's not just like there's guys in this town, not in this town, but there's guys in this country that, okay, I can see that.
Right.
I can see that. I can see that.
Right.
That's why they're going there, there, and there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really until my junior year where recruiting really got started.
Yeah.
Because I think people actually abided by the rules
Back then,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
back then. Now, who gives a crap, right?
Yeah.
Now you offer 8th graders.
That's a fact.
Right.
I have some of those,
Mm-hmm.
won't allow them to sign, but yes, I have some of those type kids. So I took my visits. I took
What? I was just about to ask, where'd you take them to?
Clemson,
Uh-huh.
South Carolina,
Okay.
LSU,
Yes, sir.
South Alabama, and Illinois.
Nice.
Just a few.
Yeah.
So that's where that's where I went.
Yeah.
Didn't end up committing to none of them.
Did you like any of them, or just not?
I loved Clemson.
Yeah.
I love Clemson.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember going home. They didn't fly the family.
Yeah.
They flew me by myself down there to pick me up. Show me everything.
Right.
Went out with the guys that night. What a recruiting visit.
Yeah.
That's how that will stay.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
recruiting visit.
Right.
Loved Clemson,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, all of a sudden, after that junior year, there was a lot of talk about, there's a possibility that, I just start seeing more and more scouts,
Right.
like pro guys.
Right.
And I'm kind of sitting back like, okay, well, I got a shot at this.
Right. And you were a lefty at the time that
yeah.
threw 88 to 91, 92?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't nothing.
Spotted.
It wasn't nothing crazy. I mean, back then that was hard.
Right.
Now, I mean.
You're not even looked at anymore.
Oh, no. Shit, I'm going, you know what I mean? It ain't even the same. But, I hit too.
Right.
I always wanted to hit. That's, when the Sox drafted me, I believe you can see it. It says first baseman / LHP.
Right.
Well, we'll get into that here in a little bit. But I ended up signing at the University of Evansville.
Okay.
Because I sat back and I looked at everything, and I remember that head coach, Jim Brownlee. Every time I looked in the stands when I was playing, he was there.
Right.
He never, he
and
just,
hometown, right? A hometown team.
Hometown, right down the road. If he had a chance to be there, he was there, and I respected that.
Yeah.
Even if he didn't say a word to me.
Right.
And I felt like that was the best spot for me.
Right.
Draft comes around.
Mm-hmm.
I get drafted. I mean, it wasn't probably 2 weeks later, I meet Tom Clark. And that's when, for me, that dude changed my life.
Right.
Because I was going pro.
Right.
Didn't care.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do my entire life.
Right.
Absolutely.
Tom explained to me and told me what I needed.
Yeah,
he's good at that.
He'll
You know
do
what I
that.
mean?
He's good at that.
And I have pro guys now. Even when I was playing,
Yeah.
The pitchers, when you don't pitch, you sit up in the stands, you gun. Da, da,
Right.
da.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey Heath, man, where'd you go to college?" I said, "Lake City Community College." Lake City Community College.
Yeah.
It wasn't called Gateway.
No, it was Lake City
It was
Community
Lake
College
City
back then.
Community College. And they said, "Oh, you play for Tom Clark?"
Huh?
And I said, "Yes, sir."
Uh-huh.
And they're like, "You can play for anybody." You can play for but I mean, Tom. I call him Tom.
Right.
Shit, let me get this right. 2-3.
There you go.
He taught me the side of the game that I thought I knew.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, I know that. Oh, wait a minute. There's a whole nother approach right here.
Right.
My psyche swinging it, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to take this approach instead of me facing high school pitching in Indiana where it's, I'm trying to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to hit this double backside right here and drive in these two guys.
Yeah.
That was my job.
Right.
On the mound, that's when I met JT.
Right.
I mean, we got, was there times that me and JT Clark butted heads? Hell yes.
Oh, I bet. I know both of you.
100%.
I'm sure. I have no doubt.
But when he was behind that plate and I was on that rubber, nothing.
Right.
It was
Yes, sir.
straightforward.
I am positive that he would say the same thing because he has many a time
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
It was straightforward. It was no BS.
Yeah.
And I believe to this day that me coming to Lake City, one, I met my wife
Right.
down here,
Still married.
still married.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
Married a
it.
while.
No need. No need.
Yeah, we've been married a while.
Yeah.
Been
No
married
need.
a
Don't do
while.
it.
Love you. But that time, I just got in trouble. Thanks, bro.
It's okay.
That
You
time
volunteered.
that I had
She knows we love her.
facts. That time that I had there at Lake City, I think it shaped my pro career.
Right.
And I know that's weird to say because it's totally two different levels.
Right.
But what 2-3 taught me, well, one, it taught me how to be a man
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
on the field, right?
Right.
I'm coming into Lake City Community College like I'm the fucking guy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, now we have 10 guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
and I was perfectly okay with that
Right.
because I knew what I had to do.
Right.
Okay, I
Hey,
gotta
we
get
we
back.
all we have this saying, competition breeds excellence, right?
100%. And
That
now,
if there's more than one dude, we're only getting better from that.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And that time there was, I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah. What was your favorite memory about like college baseball? If you had to pick just one.
If I had to pick one, can it be off the field?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2-3 goes back to 2-3.
Yeah.
Didn't like us playing basketball during season.
Let's remind everyone he's from Indiana, where
Yes.
they play basketball
Yes.
a lot.
Yes. Well, that's what you do.
So in 2-3, also for the people that don't know,
He got sidetracked by the comment.
It gets us too, buddy.
Clayton, stop. But 2-3, for those that you don't know, used to ride a Harley,
Yeah.
Yes.
and it was really loud.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my I was out playing basketball. I think a bunch of us was. I think JT was too. So this is the way I looked at it. If I'm with JT,
I'm okay.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But when you hear the
Let me give you a little
when you
backstory on this. This is a terrible choice.
Yeah.
Looking back,
Yeah,
now
oh, yeah.
now I think you're okay with that.
Yeah, 100%.
In those times in life, I don't think that's the right
No,
idea to
that's a good
think.
choice. When you're playing basketball, and I don't know if JT remembers this. Is JT in the
No,
chat?
he's being a little baby
No,
tonight.
JT would have been nice to have here tonight.
Yeah.
as
Wouldn't that
well.
have been great? I know.
But
That's probably my fault if we're being honest.
we I heard Harley,
Uh-huh.
and if I see somebody take off running, I grew up in a place when you see somebody run, you run,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So we got caught, you
Yeah.
know, playing basketball, and I'm not going to say what 2-3 said to me.
Right.
It was not good,
Yeah.
you know. But I mean, I like to hoop.
Yeah.
That's what I did, right? Like I
Right.
love shooting basketball.
Yeah.
So that memory, I mean, you got to understand, my college baseball lasted 3 months.
Right. You were there to play baseball.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
You know, I came down here for him to make me ready to go play professional baseball.
Right. So just to kind of add to that a little bit, when you get to pro ball, like there's not much holding of the hand to guide you along.
Zero.
It's like throw you in there and say, "Here you go, buddy. Good luck.
Yeah,
I hope you do what you're supposed to do, because if you don't, you won't be here long."
exactly.
And that's pretty much how it goes, right?
Unless they gave you a couple $1 million.
Right. And then they may kind of give you a little bit of a more of a
Yeah.
chance and hold your hand a little bit more.
For sure.
But when you went to 2-3 and Lake City Community College, that's kind of his job, is to make you understand that, one, nobody's going to hold your hand, so I'm not going to hold your hand here.
Exactly.
But I'm going to demand that you do exactly what I say, when I say it, and how I say to do it.
Yep.
100%.
And it instilled the discipline in you and everybody that ever went through there. The guy sent, in his 21 years or whatever, he never had anybody play there for 2 years that didn't go play college baseball somewhere else. At least college
sure.
baseball somewhere else. Never.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
If he wanted,
He's the man. I tell everybody right now,
yeah,
best coach I ever had. Period.
If you
Yeah.
wanted to play at the next level, he would get you to the next level.
He's the guy.
Period.
Yep.
Now some
was
people
the
didn't
guy.
want to do it, and that's fine. But that
They
dude-
had that option.
And
But
don't-
they had that option. That dude was special. But to your point, like that's what made it so special for you, I'm sure, is that you didn't have to be babied, coddled. Your hand didn't have to get
No.
held once you went to the White Sox organization.
No.
Like it was like, this is what I'm supposed to do, and I'm going to go do it because this is what you said to do. Because if I didn't do it a year ago, my ass would have been in the frying pan. It would have been a bad thing.
To go off what you just said here. So, you know, one night I think it was a Thursday night. Now remember, we lifted 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
We go to Gainesville
Oh yeah. Well,
that
that's
Thursday night.
First
Yes, sir.
mistake.
What
First
was
mistake.
what was the bar down there?
Oh God, there's so many.
8 seconds.
8 seconds.
Yeah.
We come home, right?
Yep.
I miss weights.
Smooth.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I miss weights. I got dropped off in the forest. Now I can't remember if Max Simler
Yep.
was our pitching guy, and another one of our pitching guys actually is at Kentucky. Is the pitching coach at UK right now?
Really?
Yeah.
How about
So I remember me, and I think the kid's name was Kellen Dupree.
that? That name sounds familiar.
JT. I think he was a Jacksonville boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our McClenny kid.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't remember. we ran all the way back to campus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had no clue where I was at.
I got a lot of questions, man. Why the hell did you get dropped off in the middle of the forest?
He dropped me off.
The coach did.
Oh.
The coach.
Oh, my
The coach.
God.
The punishment. The punishment was.
Get back to campus.
The punishment was get back to campus.
Yeah.
So they
No.
dropped him off.
Yeah.
And it was a couple more of you, wasn't it? Was it just you two?
I thought
Was
you
it-
meant-
I think there was more of us.
I think there was like 3 or 4
I
of
know.
them.
I know all the people that went out that night.
I thought you meant y'all went out to 8 seconds, and instead of getting dropped off at home, whoever dropped off in the freaking forest,
Oh, no,
and y'all
no,
ran
no,
back
no,
to
no.
campus trying
No,
to make weights.
No. The next
That's
day,
like-
instead of practice, they said, "Hey, load up. We got to go grab something." Right? And that how it went. Something
If
like
I
that.
can remember,
Yeah. Hey,
JT may have told you this.
he
story
has.
Before.
He's told me this story. They said, "Hey, load up. We got," because JT was with y'all.
Probably.
I'm almost positive
Well,
JT
he
was
was
with y'all.
me going out.
Yeah, I'm
So then
almost
he was
positive
with you in
JT.
the truck then.
Yeah, was with you in the truck. They said, "Hey, jump in. We got to go grab some stuff from across campus. We're going to be right back." And so they were like, "Okay," and they called the 4 out by name.
Yeah.
Hey, come jump in. We're gonna took them down to the 3 miles to in the forest.
Yeah.
Dropped them off and said, "Whoop, we'll see you."
They got some good dirt roads. I rode them, but I would not want to run them home.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
from Indiana. I'm used to hardwoods,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. It's brush.
cornfields.
Yeah.
We're sitting here. I'm thinking, oh, Bigfoot lives in this forest.
Yeah. Ain't no doubt.
And there's
know
not
what I'm saying?
there's a good chance that he did or
Oh,
Something.
100%. He
Yeah.
lives in that forest.
What was your favorite moment in Major League Baseball? We just talked about college. I figured we could
Okay.
jump
Yeah.
into
All
MLB.
right. Favorite moment.
Well, I think I might know this one.
This
Yeah, thanks.
there's probably 2.
Okay. We
And
can do
one-
2.
The first one's going to be unexpected.
Ooh, see,
I like unexpected.
I like that. I'm here for
It was
that.
my first loss.
Really?
Yep,
Interesting.
first loss.
Okay.
Because you know what it taught. You know what it. It was a walk off, not a homer, but it was a walk off.
Yeah.
Versus the Tigers in Detroit, and the kid that hit it, I owned him all year in AAA.
Gotcha.
So I know what I'm throwing him.
Right.
Right? Catcher puts down a sign. I say, yeah, not what I wanted to throw.
Okay.
Okay. Brandon Inns on second base, got on by a little cheap little double, broken bat.
Uh-huh.
Down the line. Hits the ball off the wall, throw first pitch slider, he bangs it. The hitter was Timo Perez.
Pretty good player.
I got in the dugout. No, I didn't say dugout because I walked off the mound and walked right in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Because everybody was already gone.
Right.
Right?
Naturally.
It's just the way it is. I get in the clubhouse, I sit at my locker, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, and I said, man, I just pitched in the show. Didn't even care.
Right.
Right.
Didn't even care. I just got the loss.
Right.
At that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like,
I don't blame you.
I'm like, man, I just pitched in the show. Like that.
Yeah.
That was my dream. I just did it. If it never happens again,
Yeah.
You're one
did what
one
I
of the
said.
very select few on the planet that can say that you did what you did.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so for me, I knew this would kind
You
of
had
throw
perspective. You had
Yeah,
perspective.
like I just did what I always wanted to do my whole life.
Yeah.
Right.
That none of my teachers said, "Oh, you ain't gonna do it.
Yep.
Right.
You better learn how to draw squares and triangles, right?"
All right.
Yeah.
In
Venn
geometry
diagrams.
class. Yeah.
Yep.
Never used none of that, by the way.
Yeah.
Stay in school, kids.
Please.
Yeah, stay in school. Get your college education. And then my second one was obviously my first win.
That makes sense. That neither one of them is where I thought you were going though.
Not at all what I thought I was going to go with that one.
Yeah. So
Spring training, Yankees.
You buzzed Evan Longoria?
Oh, guys, see, I was trying to. Yeah, I did.
I love that.
And I was ready to go.
I love it. That's why I was
And he
hoping it
wasn't.
was. Yeah.
That's what I'll say about that.
Yeah. I like it. Someone pay that fine for you?
Yeah, we won't go there.
Can we-
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
we won't
gonna
go
say, ask if we tell the story.
No,
I don't know.
We won't.
You
we
don't
won't-
know the story?
We won't say the names.
We'll say it off air.
Not my story,
yeah,
so.
yeah. We'll talk about it all, but we won't say names.
We'll sit on the front porch.
Yeah, on the front
right.
porch.
On the
That's right. Look at this
front
guy.
spot.
Look at
But-
this guy.
But
Longo. Sorry. That's just what Tyson Ellis said in the chat.
I
That's
don't
all
know why you said that.
Yeah.
yeah, Tyson. What are you talking about, Tyson? Pig.
I think he's talking about Evan Longoria, but I don't
Oh,
know.
is he? Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's the most challenging part about playing Major League Baseball?
The most challenging, I'd have to say, your time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Right.
sense. It makes so much sense to me.
Because people see, oh, he's sitting here, you know, they're making $250 million,
Right.
right? I did not make $250 million. Let's make that clear. But they're making $250 million. You know, they have no worries in their life. Well,
Right.
you know what? I was away. I turned 18, moved to Lake City, Florida. Got, you know, signed because it was draft and follow, still around. I think they brought that back now, but I was a draft and follow, and so I left Lake City at the end of the baseball season. Went back home to Indiana. Now I didn't see my parents since Christmas.
Right.
Was at home for 2 weeks, and then I'm gone, and I haven't been back.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I think for me the hardest part is your time away from your family.
You almost had to like grow up and be a professional
at the same time.
and be a man and learn about the real world
At the same time.
and be in that profession all at the same time.
But this goes back to 2-3, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He held me responsible.
So you were able to do all of that.
If I didn't come to Lake City Community College, and I tell a lot of people this,
Yeah.
I would not have been what I was.
Wow.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
as a competitor.
Yeah.
As the competitor, you know, and obviously Ashley,
Yeah.
my wife, she took care of everything.
Right.
Where that's not an extra stress of, okay, we're a week away from spring training, right?
Yep.
None of us know where we're going. Now they know 2 weeks. You know, now they know 2 weeks before where they're going.
Right.
Now they get their stuff paid for.
Yeah.
So you're sitting here looking at, okay, I got a house in Lake City that I'm paying on. I got a house wherever I'm going that I'm going to have to pay on.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stress that people don't understand.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
That's true.
And when you understand the part of, okay, who am I going to call?
Yeah.
I can't call my homie that I grew up with and I've known for 25 years because he's working.
Right. He don't understand this
You
anyways.
don't understand this.
Right. Yeah. He can't help out.
So then you're kind of left on an island by yourself.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go to your teammates because they're like, oh, bro, suck it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, and there's some players along the way that when I was 20, 21 that really helped me because they were the older guy, right? And then all of a sudden, 10 years later, you're the older guy.
Right. Right.
Helping the 20, 21-year-olds.
Yeah. That's cool.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I've literally had managers call me in and David Robertson.
Right.
When I was with the Yankees, David Robertson was a young pup, but he had really good shit.
Yeah.
Me and another reliever got called in the office, and they told us, "Hey, we want you to put him under your wing." And I'm kind of like, "Hold on here. I'm worried about me.
Right.
This is my job."
And you want me to mentor this guy
Yeah,
that's trying to take my job.
Like, come on now, here.
Yeah.
Like, what are we
Right.
doing?
Yeah.
You know, but it was great. You
Yeah.
know, and we had that relationship to where that manager thought of me as a, hey, throw him under your wing. Let's kind of show him the ropes.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't get him in trouble because we didn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, did we go out and drink beer? Yeah, we did.
Of course.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
But we're not stupid about it.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I
Right.
mean?
Yep.
We
Because your livelihood depends on it.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the moment that it was probably AA, I then realized this is a job.
Right.
Yeah.
It's no longer
Hey,
it's no
ball.
longer a game. It's now a job.
It's now a job. Okay,
Right.
so how do I get better?
Yeah.
So I'm doing everything in my power. Oh, hey, Juan Nieves was my pitching coach in AA. Let's work on this cutter right here. You know, he said, hey, let's get something else. Well, that's you telling me I better get something else.
Right. Yeah.
That's not really a suggestion. That's
no.
you need this to happen.
And I took it, and that was like on just say a Wednesday. I took that into the start that Friday.
Right.
Oh wow.
and say I got 10 ground ball outs on that pitch.
Right.
Okay. I just transformed my career now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely.
It just, that pitch alone gave me 8 more years.
Right.
Right.
100%.
Because not a lot of people threw it
Right.
Yeah.
at that time, you know?
I can't imagine like how exhausting that would be, because it's like that one moment. Like if you weren't intentional about that one moment, the next 5, 6, 7 years of your career. So every moment that you're in there, every time your coach talks to you, you have to be intentional about those moments.
For sure.
You know
No
what I mean?
doubt.
That's actually really good, Tyler.
Yeah. That's solid.
Like really,
Yeah.
really good. Because you're 100% accurate. Like, so we're gonna kind of tie that into the next question for me. Like, so what's more challenging in your opinion? Is it getting to the major leagues or is it staying in the major leagues?
I think it depends.
Yeah.
There's 2 answers to this question.
Okay.
Okay. The first answer is depends on what organization you're with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. The opportunity that you get,
Yeah.
right? I go in with the White Sox. Their starters were 23 to 28, all signed
Yeah. For multiple years.
4 to 8 years.
Right.
I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are where you are.
I was the 6th starter.
Yeah.
Literally been told that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what do?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to the bullpen because I didn't have bullpen stuff.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My job was to change speeds, which it's every pitcher's job to change speeds, even
Right.
if you're a bullpen guy.
No, but
But I didn't consider myself a power guy.
Right. And that's usually what
know.
bullpen arms are. They're
Well,
power arms.
Bobby Jinks was our closer.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a power arm,
Right.
Yeah.
He was a power arm back when power arms were
not power.
right.
You know
You
what I'm
need
saying?
power and 2 pitches, and you're good to go.
Exactly.
Starters, much different.
But
Right.
we had to throw 3 to 4, command the baseball, and I could never get in a groove out of the bullpen.
Yeah.
Right. Just wasn't your
couldn't
thing.
do it.
Right.
Like, and you see guys all going to the bullpen, isn't that hard to do, bro? If you've never done it, you don't know.
No, it's different.
Yeah.
100%
You
different.
just don't know.
Yeah.
If you've never played the game, I see Twitter all the time.
Of course you do.
If
yeah.
you've never done it, how can you comment on something that you haven't done?
That's what they do on Twitter.
No, I know, and
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I love it too, but you're right.
I love it.
You're spot on. Like, no, like,
and
I see it all the time too. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Sit down.
I think the opportunity, right,
Yeah.
and then staying there overall is probably the hardest thing to do,
yeah.
right?
I would think that.
Because
Like-
all those variables still exist.
Oh, I mean, it goes from, hey, we just got this guy and this guy in a trade. Well, those are 2 big leaguer. I'm out.
Right.
Yeah.
I know what that means for me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, now what do I do?
Yeah.
So you get designated for, designated free agent or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And even though you put up numbers,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do. It's a
Yeah.
business. I
It's a
get it.
business.
Not a
Yeah.
spot,
And
not a roster.
and I've been told by numerous guys in spring, hey, you're better than this guy.
Mm-hmm.
We know this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's on a 2-year, $7 million deal. We have to take this guy.
Yep.
Yeah. I've heard.
And so, what do you do? What do you do
Yeah.
as a player when Hall of Fame managers are looking at you in your eye
yeah.
and telling you you're better than that guy, and we know it,
Yep. But
Doesn't
but there's
matter.
nothing I can do.
Yeah. The GM
Because-
signed him.
And so how do you take that, right?
Yeah. That's tough.
So, I it's hard. It's hard as hell to get there.
right.
It doesn't matter. It's hard, but it's super, super hard to stay there.
Yeah. That brings me to the next question, Heath. When your career was starting to come to an end, how difficult was that, like, mentally, or like were you almost ready or prepared to take that next step in your life after you'd already accomplished something that like less than 1% is able to do?
It was really hard
Yeah.
yeah.
because I've done it my whole life.
Right.
That's
Right.
the
So-
Like any change is scary, right?
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Like it
No
doesn't
doubt.
matter what you're doing in life. Like if you go from one job to another job, like
Yeah.
like you said earlier, Major League Baseball is a job. Like minor league
sure.
baseball is a job. Like that's
It
your
is.
job. And so when you change from one field to another field, no matter what, no matter how old you are, no matter how mature you are. That stuff's scary, bro. Because you don't know. Like, you don't know what's on the other side. You may think, well, I'm going to do this, this, and this, but in reality, what if this doesn't work out? And now you're back to square one.
Yeah.
It ain't like you had, a college degree to fall back on.
Facts.
I mean, you like you said, you
I bet on myself.
Right. You went from high school, got drafted and follow, so you pitched in college.
Yeah.
You knew you weren't going back to Lake City.
100%.
No offense. You didn't go to class when you were at Lake City because you knew.
100%.
You knew. I don't have to do this.
I was told I had to be eligible for the first to play in the season.
Yeah, you sign your name when you get to be eligible. Yeah.
Like if I had to go back to Lake City, I'd had to go through all the summer school,
recover credits and everything. Yeah,
no doubt.
And we're not doing that.
No, I ain't doing it.
So
I knew what I wanted to do.
You don't need to, exactly.
And that's all you've ever done since you were probably 3 years old. Like, baseball was you.
That's what I did.
So coming out of that, those last few seasons, because you went back to AAA for a couple of years after that, after your major league debut, right?
Oh yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah.
Made my debut, played AAA. I mean, till 2011. Then I got hurt. Then I had elbow surgery. Just had to clean up, you know, my elbow. So I was like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. I have another good thing about one of my favorite times that we'll talk about.
Okay.
It just kind of hit me.
Yeah.
Then I banged around in indie ball.
Mm-hmm.
Very competitive. Like, nobody better. Don't hate on that because there's some dogs in that.
Right.
You know. But I felt like every time I grabbed the ball, I'm like, I'm about to dominate these dudes.
Yeah.
But my stuff just wouldn't allow me to do it like I did it.
Right.
You know,
Makes sense. Yeah.
You know, I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I was 32.
I was gonna say 32, 33 probably.
Somewhere like that. So arms starting to slow down a little bit. Just the way
Yes, that's what
I'm
happens.
not Verlander, you know what I mean?
Right.
Surgery. How their arms get faster, that's another story.
Right. Yeah.
But but their technology is different than what we had.
100%. Yeah.
You know, we didn't have
Understanding of the body.
the exercising what they do now.
Right. I agree with that.
We had it, but we didn't know it. We didn't know we had it. Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I mean, dude, it was tough. It was really, really tough.
Yeah.
And I moved back here, and I'm just like, I know people, but I don't know.
But this
people.
also isn't home.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I know people, but I don't know people.
Right.
So I was never comfortable
Yeah.
here. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people here now.
Right.
But I was just always like, kind of like,
I was. You helped me out with this. I'm gonna make a connection. I was talking to some guys that retired NFL.
Yeah.
And they said, similar to what you just said. They said it's one thing to like kind of retire on your own. It's tough to walk away from the game because you've been doing it your whole life.
Right.
It's another when you're kind of like that's your only option, like to be removed from the game. It's hard to go back to work like a normal person where you've been out getting big checks and hanging out with big. It's hard to come back to like reality, even though you've gone and accomplished like the greatest thing to pitch in the show like you did and to have the career that you've had for the years that you had is people don't just do that.
No,
like
that's
like,
not normal.
like the elite of the elite, like
Right.
the elite of the elite do that. It's hard to come back to like the word they used was like normal.
Yeah.
Like, well, I've been up here with like the cream of the crop where the cream rises. That's what you hear, and then having to go back to work is like humbling to come back to like where us normals live our life. You know, like
and it's
that's
like what
they-
you're saying though. It's not a Chris is just a normal dude. And I did this.
Right.
Because you guys know me.
Yeah.
If we didn't want to talk about baseball today, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to throw that crap in nobody's face.
No, you never have. We
Right.
coached
And I
with
never-
Heath.
and
We know you.
I
We
never-
might should have said that. Like we
and
we
I-
never really officially said we coached with Heath for
Yeah.
Heath. Like
No,
we
I mean,
know you're not like that. But
yeah.
but they said they what you alluded to is like it's tough. Like it's tough to have to come back to you're literally living your dream.
Look, and my wife knows this, but I like when I called her and said it's taken me 8 days to get able to throw a baseball again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and now I've increased my workout,
Yeah.
trying to bounce back.
Yeah.
So when I'm in independent ball, getting shots in my shoulder to pitch,
Sugarland Skeeters.
Sugarland skate. Hey, but when I'm getting shots in my shoulder to pitch every week,
Yeah.
that ain't good.
No.
Right.
Right.
That's there's nothing
And
good
so
about
I couldn't stay healthy after that. And I said, you know, it's time.
Yeah.
You know, even when I was in independent ball, I got a phone call from a major league organization, said, hey, we're going to bring you on. We're going to throw you in AA. I said, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like, what do you mean? I said, dude, my shoulder's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, I don't want to be that guy to come in, throw a start, and now I'm on your DL making X amount of dollars.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And it's pointless.
I can't do it. Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree with that.
But I mean, you can go down that tunnel. I mean, it was
People
dark.
have.
It was dark, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
People have.
Like, it's kind of like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Let me do my own thing.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk to nobody. Didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. It was
I've heard
tough.
that. It's a hell of a transition.
It is.
That's
It's
one that
tough.
most people don't.
It's still tough.
Yeah, there's not people, and the hard thing is too. There's not a ton of people to talk to because there's not a ton of people that have made that transition.
Yeah.
Like nobody can really relate.
Right.
And you know, going back to what you do as well, going through the travel ball thing. Like when I see my guys competing, right? When
Yeah.
we see a kid coming that we're facing today, and he's committed to LSU, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State. I want to grab a bat.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, the part that you miss of it is to compete.
Is
Yes, sir.
Competition. Always.
That's a fact.
Like
Yeah.
between the lines, competing
Mm-hmm.
is what I miss to this day.
Yeah.
Yes,
No.
sir.
And I think that's why I coach.
100%. So I'm not. I'm just like this happened just this week, and I have to tell you this because that just hit me like in my core and then pissed me off a little bit. So family reunion, right? Family reunion. It's Kelsey's side of the family. I'm not really. I know them. But it's like big family reunion.
Right.
And so there's some people. Like young kids. Now young kids. I'm 33 years old. I can still move. Like I'm not like a statue.
Right.
This kid, this young man is family. So he's saying, I get conned in. I'm holding my kid, man. I'm my own damn business, Heath. I'm my own business.
If I think I know who you're talking about, he was a dog too.
No, it's my wife's family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't it? Okay.
No,
No,
it's
no,
different.
Yeah, yeah.
No. I know who you're talking about.
That kid was a dog.
Yeah. He said, this kid says, they're like, hey, we're just going to play a friendly game of football. I'm like, cool, I'll just throw the ball around. Well, this kid starts saying, just throw it up. It don't matter. I said, throw it up. What are you going to do? You going to moss everybody out here? He was like in high school.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. First time he goes over the top of somebody, I'm like, that's not going to happen again. So I switched because I was just playing like middle of the field safety. Right. But we're not going to tell the rest of the story. But the part of it, he did not moss me. The part of it is like the competition don't go away.
It doesn't go away.
It doesn't. Like I was like, there ain't no dude. You're 17. You may be the best player on your high school team, but your ass is not mossing me and winning this football game.
Yeah.
At this family reunion.
It's anything I do.
Yeah, it's the same.
Me and Joey was sitting here playing cards like I want to beat his ass.
Yeah,
That's just the way
100%.
it is. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like me and you and Shane and a couple others were playing basketball relatively often for a little while, about 3 or 4 years ago. Shane's 47, 48 at the time.
Yes.
And those competitive juices are still there. Like
Yeah, he got pissed. Yeah.
Yeah, he would get. I mean, and it's natural. We all got mad.
He was getting mad for no reason. He was just fouling the hell out of us early in the game. We wasn't even in game point yet. He's just beating the hell out of us.
When we were playing 2-on-2, me and you against him and Brock.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's how he does it.
I think I ruptured my Achilles in one of them games.
One of those games you did, for sure.
I did. I never got surgery on it. I walked around with ruptured Achilles the next day.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, we'll get back to Heath. I just had to talk about the competition.
Yeah.
Brought it up to me, and I was like, golly.
Long show
Time
tonight.
doesn't
Yeah,
matter. We're
long
good.
show. We're
It
fine.
don't-
We're
It
fine.
does
So,
not matter.
Going back to what you
Everybody's
asked,
still in here.
okay, going back to what you asked me about one of my favorite moments.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Yes.
Team USA.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Good call.
go.
Good call.
Let's
Team
go.
USA.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Really?
Hands down.
Where'd y'all play and what did y'all play?
Cuba.
I know that, but the people want to know.
We played we're all in AAA.
Okay.
You know, and I don't know if a lot of people remember this, but MLB got a lot of slack because we're a bunch of AAA guys. None of us had like big league time. We were
Right.
we were prospects.
Right.
Okay, and we were the team that had to qualify for the Olympics in Beijing.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so we go to Cuba, which was I mean, we wasn't allowed down there.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful place, by the way.
Yes.
You land, you blink, you open your eyes, and you're in 1955.
Yeah. It's true.
I'm not joking.
It's crazy.
I'm not joking. Every car down there was a 55 to 57 Chevy.
It's pretty impressive.
Some nice vehicles.
Beautiful. I'm about to say they have some hoopies, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so that winning that, beating Cuba
Yeah.
on their turf in their stadium, that's their national team.
Yeah.
That was the national team that beat everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a bunch of kids
Yes.
just went down there and beat them.
The prospect team for
Prospect.
USA. I love it.
But that moment was it.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's the biggest moment for me.
Yeah, having that USA on the front of your jersey.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
That's
Cool.
cool.
You know how guys talk about the WBC.
Yeah.
Right.
You hear these guys talk about it. Like, they're not saying that to be just to get likes.
Yeah.
Right.
They mean it.
Like, it's different, man.
You could
cool.
you could tell. You could
It
tell
is
in this
different.
one. You really could.
Look at the guys that played in the WBC.
Yep.
Look at the energy they played with. Watch them every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
different.
You're right.
It's different.
It's different.
It is different. I agree. That's what was so refreshing for
I
me.
got chills just now, just so you know.
I loved that.
Yeah.
I
What'd you
loved
say?
I
watching.
said I got goosebumps right now.
Like that part of it.
Yeah.
And when we get there, they say, "Hey, you got game one," and I'm like, "Hell yeah!" You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Heath,
sir.
You got game one. You got game 5.
Yeah. Let's
You
go.
know?
Let's go. I love
I mean,
that.
we did get 2 dubs. I'm just saying, 2
Right.
dubs.
Was it in game 1 and game 5?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember the second game, but I threw against Dominica and
Oof.
Canada.
Let's say, who on earth did you have to pitch against Dominican? Oh my
Yeah, yeah.
They had some
And so,
studs, I bet.
There was some good players on all them teams down there. Cuba was
They were the one.
it was nuts,
Loaded.
Yeah.
loaded.
That's why.
But that's my favorite baseball.
I like
moment.
that.
Out,
I'm glad-
out of anything.
I'm glad you shared that one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's a really good one.
Yep.
Got great photos of that, by the way.
I bet. We need to see them.
Yeah,
for sure.
Send them to them. We'll tweet them later when we tweet the show.
Oh, we won't tweet those.
Oh,
I'll
I'm sure there are some.
I can show you them though.
I'm sorry.
But like the stadium, like
Right.
The Marines. The Marines were there. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
wow. That's
So
dope.
I mean, it was awesome, man. They come in walking, carrying American flags.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that
It's
really
awesome.
is cool.
Us getting stuff
Yeah.
thrown at our bus the entire way from the bus to the hotel.
That's awesome.
Like that happened.
That's cool. That's crazy.
Yeah, got a couple boxes of cigars out of the deal.
Hey.
I'm okay with that.
No, I'm not mad at that
Me
at
either.
all.
I
Real-
should have
real
actually
Cubans.
brought them down here. I mean, obviously, it's not from 2006. It's not
Yeah.
that old, but
Right.
I do have some.
How about that?
How about that? I'll be back in July.
There you go.
Better
I
be.
mean, I gotta
Book
get,
it.
I gotta get,
Gotta get carved back up.
I'm
Look at
just
that.
telling
Come
you.
on, man.
Look at it. This will
Yes.
not look like this until next July. Because I can't do this to myself.
So you
It's a
good.
fact.
You kind of alluded to it earlier when you said you still wanted, like you said that I still coach, or I started coaching because I wanted to be competitive.
Yeah.
Is coaching something you thought you might always do, or was that just something that it became something to fill the void?
I think the part of coaching, like I've had opportunities to go back into the pro level to coach.
Right.
I think the amateur game is what kind of got me back in love with baseball.
Yeah.
Because I hated it.
I'm sure.
I'm just, I'll just
Yeah.
tell you right now,
I have no doubt.
2013, 2014, in those areas,
Yeah.
I didn't want to go to a game. I didn't watch it on TV.
Yeah.
I didn't care. Didn't care.
Right.
Wanted nothing to do with baseball until whatever happened at Columbia. And I don't even know how or why I said yes
Yeah.
to the job,
Right.
but I did. And then, you guys came aboard. And after that, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I kind of I
Yeah.
like this again.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And getting more into it, and now I'm back obsessed with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I watch it every night.
Yep.
Love the game.
Who's your favorite player?
Who's my favorite player?
Yeah.
Shohei.
Yeah. It's hard not to say that.
I like Julio Rodriguez.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I like Trey Turner.
Yes, sir. Smoothest slider on the planet.
It's disturbing watching that slide because I'm like, how do you do that?
And
Why
I'm
could
big,
I do
I'm big into like the young guys, the prospects. Nobody even talks about,
Yeah.
except if you're in the sports cars.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite part of the game. Is like watching guys, following guys.
Tyler's a big
Long
Red Sox
payoff.
fan,
Yeah.
and so like he'll tell me about guys like 2 years in advance.
So Jaron Duran's your guy.
I love Jaron Duran.
AAA.
I know. He's huge.
Oh yeah.
Ginormous. They can fly.
Muscles don't hit baseballs.
I know. I really wanted him to make the roster. That's true.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that Barry Bonds was just a good hitter?
Oh yeah, great hand-eye coordination.
So steroids didn't help him hit that baseball?
Did he get caught?
Never to me.
He didn't get caught by. I mean, did MLB ever catch him?
Never failed a
Never,
test, did he?
never failed a test.
Oh, I didn't think so.
No.
So
Clean to
So
me.
what happened?
crazy. You know who did fail a test? David Ortiz, but he's in the Hall of Fame.
That's a fact.
We don't do Poppy slander on
No,
the
we
show.
do. We do
don't
Poppy
Pop-
slander.
No.
I want
Hey,
Trey, I want
Poppy's-
Trey Lee to listen to
Poppy's-
this part of the episode.
Poppy's actually a really good dude.
No, a
I
1,000%
met
a great
Poppy,
dude.
and
Yeah.
he's a great dude.
Is
Yeah.
he really?
Oh yeah, great guy.
That's awesome.
Great guy.
I 1,000. That doesn't surprise me in any way. Actually, I think I'm
Yeah.
not shocked
Fun
in
dude.
any way.
Fun
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
He seems like it.
Trey Lee told me the other day that the MLB had the best Hall of Fame in all of sports.
False.
I think from
think it's the
Pete
worst.
Rose.
I think
The
from
worst.
I honestly think from what would it be? When did they get it? From probably the 50s to probably the 90s, that era.
Yeah,
You know, when Hank Aaron, when Ted Williams,
yeah,
Sandy Kof, I don't know
The
what
legends.
years.
Yeah,
they
yeah, I
went
know what you
in.
mean.
right.
I mean, you put a lineup out there of those dudes.
Yeah.
But I mean, what would be the? I mean, would hockey be up there?
No.
No.
Is NFL's the best?
I mean, it's got to athletically.
I
it's gotta
think.
be.
I think. As far
I
as like
think-
making sure they get the right players.
Right, the right players. I think the NFL is close. I don't know as much about the NHL Hall of Fame. My guess is the way their leagues ran, it's probably the best Hall of Fame in the world because
Probably.
the NHL is the best league in the world.
It really is solid.
I mean,
I mean, you got to think
they
Yeah.
really do the best job. I think.
Probably NHL, but I'm not versed enough.
worldwide.
Yeah.
Saying
Yeah.
got some
All right.
athletes.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
What's your favorite moment as a coach, Heath? You've coached at Lake City, or not Lake City. You've coached at Columbia High School.
Yep.
You've coached. You got the Scorpion shirt on down in Orlando. You've coached. You're coaching at a high school in Georgia right now.
No.
Not
No,
right now?
No. Not. I just coached 1 year.
I thought you coached two
No,
for sure.
1
It was
year.
just one.
1 year. Went to the state championship.
I don't know why I thought you definitely
And
coached the
got
next
out.
one too, but smart man.
Yeah, smart. I ain't
Smart
mad
man.
at it.
1 year. Went and played for the ring, and we didn't get it. Got out.
Gotcha.
That's all I need to see.
I ain't mad at you for that.
Yeah. So I mean, my favorite moment, coaching wise, I've been part of, with the organization that I'm with. I've been lucky to coach some one-on-one guys.
Yeah.
You know, some guys that can really play baseball really, really good.
Yeah.
That's always fun. I honestly think as a coach, though, it's doing something kind of, we had a pretty good little run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
Did we make everybody happy? Hell no.
Never going
But
to.
we're never going to.
Right.
I felt like when we beat Nice here,
Right.
I think that was go to the Elite Eight, right? And then we ran into Creekside and got beat,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yep. I think
That was
you're
a pretty that was a pretty fun time. But the district game leading up against Middleburg, runner at third base, they have first and second open. Caleb Thomas, who was our hottest hitter at
Yep.
the time,
Yep.
Yep.
they pitched to him.
Yep.
and he hits the ball down the line.
Yep.
And we win.
Yep.
Good times.
How about
Yeah.
the balk call, though?
Yeah.
It got reversed. We lose.
We would have lost.
That was ball game.
That was it. That was crazy.
Do you remember that call? Do you remember the umpire?
We're not going to talk about this right now.
I was just about to comment.
Oh, I do. I know
about-
all of it.
I was to say the thing I love about coaches
Yeah.
that are passionate about it, they remember everything.
You damn right.
They remember everything.
Do you not remember me walking out on the field and I said, how in the hell is that a balk? And I called the play.
Huh.
It was the first and third. Mm-hmm. Right? He picked up, was going to first, runner in third. What'd he do?
Took off.
Tyler Myrick was on the mound, spun around, got the guy at third base.
Right.
Balk, balk, balk. You know, a good friend of ours, the umpire.
Oh, I know.
And I walked out very calm. I didn't run out on the field. I said, explain to me how that's a balk. And I called the play. It's the first third play.
Yeah.
And he looked at me. I'll never forget his face. And I fished with this guy quite a bit. He looked at me and said, I'll be back. and I knew that moment
Yeah.
what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I knew everybody was going to go off.
Right.
Yep.
And they did.
But that was the right call.
It's the right call.
Props to him for getting it right.
I agree.
I can't believe that. Like at that moment,
No.
if that does not get overturned,
Yeah.
that'd have been my last game as high school coach. Because I got thrown out, and it would not have been pretty.
No, yeah, you're right.
Last question about coaching. Give me some advice for young coaches out there.
Be honest. Be honest to your players.
I love that. I love that.
That's the first time we've gotten that.
Yep.
And I love that.
Don't tell a player that he's better than what he is. If you can't play at the University of Florida, I'm not going to tell you can. Period.
Yeah.
This is the business that we're in.
100% agree.
If Chris has a guy that can go to Jacksonville State up in Alabama that can play there, why send that kid to Florida State?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Be honest
it.
with your guys.
Damn, I love it.
In travel ball, this business side of it, there's a lot of grimy dudes.
Yes,
Straight
sir.
up. Straight up.
I know.
Be honest with your players. That's all you have to do. Be honest to their parents. Hey, he needs to be bigger, faster, stronger. He sent me a list of 10 schools. He needs to be bigger, faster, stronger if he wants to go to any of these.
Right. Or
And you
we
do-
can send another list of schools that are more where he could be right now. Like legitimately,
Yeah.
this is where he could be. But he's not going to Florida, Clemson, South Carolina, LSU.
No,
he doesn't
man.
have this
Like-
ability right here. Now, he does have the ability to go to FGCU or maybe
there's nothing
JU,
wrong
maybe
with
UNF.
that.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with
They're,
that.
they're
Absolutely.
great
Those
places.
are phenomenal programs.
Yeah, they are great places as well. But you
They
have
may not
to
have
be,
the name recognition and the notoriety that
cares?
those first ones have, but they
Fairleigh
send guys.
Dickinson just went.
Yes, sir.
that's all- FAU just went to the Final Four.
Right.
Yeah.
Chris Sale went to FAU.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But
No, I love that.
think
I
the
love that.
honesty part is the key for me.
You have to.
Yeah, like Chris said, we've asked the same question to every coach that's ever been on this show,
Yeah.
and that's the first time we've heard that.
But
It
I
really is.
love. I
But it's so true.
absolutely love that because, especially with young coaches, they're just getting into it. They haven't made the
wanna
mistakes.
be people pleasers.
They want to be people pleasers. They don't know what they're supposed to do, so they don't. It's hard to look somebody in the face and say, "Hey, look, man,
You can't play.
you're not ready for that. You're not. That's not where you are. You're not a bad player."
You
But
two have been in that office
yes, sir.
where we had to break some stuff out for real.
Yeah. Oh,
On some
yes.
guys.
Oh, yes, sir.
You know.
Oh,
Like,
yes, sir.
I'm not going to say names.
No, we
but
just
it's
don't
like,
do that.
Look, bro, you can't pitch right there.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
But like that, in the moment, it's gonna hurt some feelings.
It is.
But that's the right thing to do. That's how you build credibility. That's how you build a rapport with the next group and and even that player.
Yeah.
They'll eventually learn to appreciate that and respect that.
And if they
Yes,
don't, if
sir.
they don't respect that, what I mean, do you really want them around? Anyway?
They weren't never gonna work out anyways.
Yeah. So what's it matter?
I love
That's
that
the thing.
answer.
So the thing
I love
about
that.
the thing about honesty is two things. One, it's so hard for people to comprehend honesty anymore because they don't want to hear that. They want to hear what's best for them. or what they think is best for them.
Yep.
And what they think is best for them usually isn't the truth, and so that makes it
Agreed.
hard.
Yeah. That's tough.
And then the other thing is, you just said it, like it takes like your accountability, your whatever, and moves it to a whole nother level once you've done that one or two times, and then what you said actually turns out to be true.
Yep.
Like, hey, you're not ready for this, but if you do this, and this, and you get to this point in your career, like whatever it is, if you hit 94 on the gun, you can get to this. But to do that, you're going to have to work your ass off day in, day out. The grind will never stop for you because you just don't have that God-given ability to throw 94. But you can get there.
You can get there.
And I'm gonna be the one pushing you every step of the
Right.
way, side by side.
Right.
Like,
But you
Exactly.
can get there. If you don't get there, you're not going to this place, though. You
Yeah.
can't.
Keep
Like,
it-
they
gotta
don't.
keep it.
They don't. They just this place right here that you want to go. They don't take you at 89.
Gotta keep
I'm
it
sorry.
real. You gotta keep
And
it
so
real.
you can add, you can, like what you're talking about, right? We got guys in the chat right here. Tyson.
Yes, sir.
right? Tyson, Tracy, Steinruck.
right.
I've never, like, if I don't, Tracy didn't play for us. He was
before.
Yeah, he was before
us.
Yeah.
But like Tyson, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll use Tyson as an example. Tyson knows that I've told him 100 times when he was in high school, look, bro, you got to get bigger and stronger,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
right? I mean, Tyson, you can chime in. You couldn't even do a push up, my guy.
Yeah.
True or false?
That's true.
No, it's
That's true. I remember
It's
that.
not calling you out, but guess what? Guess what? Tyson, he had a great college career.
Yes, sir. Worked
he's a
his butt off.
coach.
He worked
Yep.
his butt off to get to where he got to.
So if we had anything to do with that at all, anything, that's why I'm in it.
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely. Keith.
That's the only reason.
I swear that's 100%
And if
true.
we didn't help him, Tyson, you can. I'm here in Lake City if you need to find me. You can come be a man about it, my guy.
Another
I'm
part
playing
of that,
Tyson. I love you, buddy.
another part of that, kind of circling back to how 2-3 shaped you more as a player. Being able to hear the truth is such an underrated skill.
Yep.
Big
Like,
time.
being able to hear the truth, learn from it, and grow is so underrated in today's world.
Most
I
people
agree.
cannot
Most
do
people
it.
cannot do it.
Yeah.
They can't do it in a world where everything is hidden behind social media and all you see is the good bits and pieces.
That's it.
Nobody tells you the truth anymore. If
Yeah.
you've got friends that tell you the truth,
Yeah.
that'll call you out on your crap,
Yeah.
those are your
For
friends.
sure.
Yeah.
100%.
I have.
Thanks. by the
I
way,
had a
gentlemen.
kid.
Appreciate you.
Yes, of course.
You know, every organization, right? You're with an organization. They got and I'm air quoting if anybody can see me.
They can.
Yeah.
Oh, they can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. So I mean, look at this line. If everybody can see me. But I had a kid that, you know, I talked to the kid and I told him, I said, hey, he was a catcher. I said, I'm gonna put you on the second team.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, was his parents pissed.
Right. Natural.
And you know, I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And I explained to them, if I put him on this team, he's going to share time.
Yep.
Right now, he needs the reps.
Right.
Right.
Reps are more important than where you are.
Guess what happened 2 months ago?
He got
Kid committed.
committed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was going to say signed, but
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know,
yeah, committed.
he committed. And guess what? If you walk up to that kid right now and say, hey, man, do you want to be on the top team? Guess what he's going to say?
No, I'm good. I want the reps.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Because he got all the reps.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love that.
And that's what got, and his hard work got that kid to where he's at.
I love it.
He didn't fold. He didn't cower down.
Yep.
You know, mom and dad probably didn't like the move at the time,
Right.
But they figured it out.
but everybody was on board.
And that's a freaking life skill. That kid will make it in life. When baseball's said and done, he hangs up his
100%.
cleats, he'll be able to go into
He's
the
gonna be a
real
great
world.
man.
Yeah, and he'll be able to say, like Tyler said earlier, like that's like a lost skill or a lost ability to be able to take truth, to take criticism. That sucks sometimes.
does.
Most times, all the time, it sucks when somebody tells you this is wrong, that's wrong. But you know what you do? Like what men do is they go get in the lab and they figure it out, they fix it. Or you don't, and you stay in the same damn place that you are, and then people run over you because you're not moving.
Does this conversation that we're having right here, right?
That was fire.
There's a couple people in this
Yeah.
chat
All of
that
them.
got the hard news.
yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Not bad news.
at
Not
some point
bad
or another.
news, But these are conversations we've had.
It ain't bad news. That's perfect. I'm glad you said it. It ain't bad news. It's the truth. It's the reality.
It's because that we give a crap about you.
Exactly. And they're all successful
Yeah, exactly.
in their life now as men.
You know what I mean?
Every one of them. That's
Every-
real.
every
That
one
is
of
real.
them.
But that's
And
because
what
of
I care about.
That's because their work ethic.
Right.
Brock Edge was in here earlier. Work ethic. Work
Absolutely.
ethic.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. Oh man.
But they're the ones, and they're the ones that could take that could take it.
Exactly.
But we also know, and we won't speak on them. We also know the ones that couldn't take it. Raise your kids to be tough.
Yeah.
Raise them to be tough and be able to handle it. I
Yeah.
promise it goes a long way.
It goes a long way.
I got told I couldn't do certain things today actually, so now I have to reevaluate. Have to do different things.
I've been busy too. I've been doing things a little differently too.
Oh,
You gotta be able to grow and evolve. If you don't,
You do.
the game
you
passes
absolutely
you.
do. You absolutely do. You have to be able to grow and evolve. That's 100% true, Chris.
Yep.
A last thing, Heath. Last-ish thing, because I know you got some things you need to get off your chest too. Are you in favor of the new rules in the MLB?
Love it.
All of it.
Love every minute of it.
Ooh, where's JT?
Let's go,
I
Heath.
love it. Here we go.
Who's your boys right here? Let's go.
Yeah. So
I love it.
Let me ask you this.
JT does not like it because JT was a catcher,
Yeah.
I would want to speed
Right.
up though as a catcher.
right?
That's such a good point. I called JT.
JT
the other day. I
was
didn't
a
bring it up.
catcher.
I should have brought that up.
Yeah.
JT, are you in? Is he?
No, he's
JT's
asleep.
not in here.
He's
He's
a
sleeping.
punk.
Isn't
He's
he?
a punk.
Well, JT, I love you, but you as a catcher, I don't know one catcher that likes it,
That makes sense.
right?
That makes sense.
Because obviously it's what, a total of 8 inches shorter, 4 inches,
4 inches.
4 inches. Is it 4 inches?
yeah.
I held runners. I wasn't worried about
Yeah.
people running.
Yeah.
I worked quick.
Same for me. Both of
Do
those
you
things.
not like watching guys run the bases? Finally,
It's so much better. It's so good.
tell me that don't make the game more exciting.
Do you like that they're so? Correct me if I'm wrong because I do not know. They're able to time up like if the pitcher's too slow in his delivery.
If the pitcher makes a mistake and lets it get to that point.
Right, it's the equivalent to like the play clock in football.
Right.
If a
Yeah.
D end is sitting there and he sees the clock at 3, 2, at 1, I'm gone.
Right.
Because
For sure.
nobody's calling that penalty. So that's the equivalent.
Yeah.
Okay,
Basically.
this is the one rule that I do not like. The 2 pickoffs, and if you don't get him on the third one, you have to go home. Or is it?
I think.
No, it's 2.
It's
You
2,
get
and then
2
the third.
The
pickoffs.
third one, they get the bag.
The
don't they?
third, it's just they get to the next base.
So if I picked over twice
Yeah.
as a base runner, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get me again.
You almost know too that you're not going to get 2 consecutive picks because if you get 2 consecutive picks, then they know the third time
You're running.
is going.
But I
And that's throughout the course of the at bat too. That's not just
For
like
sure.
that's not just like per if I pick or per pitch or whatever. That's
Yeah.
per at bat.
Right.
That's per at bat.
But
But
I don't like that rule.
That's 2 per at bat.
I like
that's the rule I don't like.
I like limiting the number of pickoffs, but 3 may be a little too few.
Yeah.
But I think, and Joey and I talked about this a lot. I think it adds a lot of strategy between the pitcher and the runner that really didn't exist before.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
you have like certain things that you know now. You can eliminate possibilities. You can eliminate possibilities of things that are going to happen now.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the speed of the game, even if it's 20 or 25 minutes.
Right
I've
now
watched-
it's 18. Right
Is
now.
it 18?
Yeah, 18 minutes quicker.
Okay, so it's not that
like
big of a
in
deal,
baseball
right?
time, it feels like
It
if
feel-
you're watching the games, dude.
I watched 3, but I watched
Oh,
3 full baseball games yesterday.
Yeah.
The entire game.
And none of them
And I'm
feel
like,
slow.
damn, that game just ended. Oh well, here, let me turn the channel. Okay, I got a whole game right here.
Anyone that's watched baseball in the past knows that between pitches, you hop on Twitter, you scroll for about 15 seconds, and then you put it down and wait another 5-10 seconds, and then you see the next pitch.
Yeah,
Rinse, repeat. You don't do that anymore.
If Max Scherzer was on the mound, you didn't do that. Certain guys work fast. Certain guys work
exactly.
slow.
And
Sure,
and
sure.
I think
And-
this is why it wouldn't affect me.
Right. No, it wouldn't affect
I
me
work
either.
quick.
Yeah.
My feet were never leaving that clay. I was
No,
like,
didn't happen.
I threw a pitch and would back up the same way I just threw that pitch. I would swing my leg straight back the way it was, and I would catch the ball, and I'm ready to go again.
Right back
I-
on the bump.
So these rules wouldn't affect me at all. However, I do feel like it kills some of the strategy, like the pitch clock kills some of the strategy of like guys that did work slow, because there is some gamesmanship in that.
Oh, for
like guys
sure.
that work slow, they can be effective. Now it's a boring baseball game when that happens.
For sure.
And you know how I feel about baseball at times. Max Scherzer, I could watch Max Scherzer every day, all day because he does work fast.
Yep.
Those guys that are slow, like I said, it's not necessarily a bad thing because it's really, really effective for certain guys.
It is.
And that's where I'm like, it takes away the strategy, the shift, not being able to shift. It takes away the strategy.
Yep.
It takes away so much of the game to me that I don't know that I love it yet. I don't know that I hate it yet either.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I love it yet.
Now, what we're going to see obviously is batting averages are going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've
Okay,
already seen it,
because
man. So many runs being
because
scored.
pitchers are now working quick, right? The guys that didn't used to, Joey, you've heard me say it 100 times. I've heard you say it 100 times. Hey, step off, take a deep breath.
Let's ride.
Let's slow the game down.
Right.
And let's go.
Yeah.
Can't do it no more.
No.
That's why in the big leagues you're seeing them scoring 9, 10 runs a game.
It's crazy.
It really
Yeah.
is because
Them bullpen
not
guys.
every
Can't slow it down no more.
right.
Right.
Yeah, that's 100%.
I mean,
like,
Guy
So-
for the Indians.
I've
man,
seen-
we watched him.
yeah.
I've seen more pitches hit the backstop in the first week
Yeah.
than I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now is it catching on one knee? I mean, I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that.
You're speaking me in Zach's language now.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Zach said hello, by the way.
Oh, tell him I
He said you're talking a lot of trash for somebody that can't catch a redfish.
Oh,
Shit.
That's what he said.
Hey,
I'm
me-
not.
I'm just telling you what he said.
Me and Zach has slayed some fish
Yeah.
out there in Horseshoe.
I didn't mean to derail it, but he did. I had to get that in. He was watching. He said hello. He said he
I
misses
love that dude.
Hey,
Yeah, he said he misses you.
How do you feel about robot umpires? Do you like them or not like them?
No,
Thank
do
you.
not take the human element out of the game.
But what part of the human element? This is my.
No matter if the umpire calls it a ball, it's a ball.
I'm surprised you said that as a pitcher, man. You
Yeah, right.
got one,
He had to control like crazy, so he stretched his own
didn't-
ball
I
in
didn't
half every
care.
time.
you throw a dot and he doesn't call it a strike, and you.
It happened a
Ugh.
lot. It happens all the time.
I can't even argue with him because he was there.
Get your point off.
Yeah. So my whole thing with Tyler, like Tyler has texted me every day talking about robot umpires because
about every day.
but because he's a Red Sox fan, and so like he's a little jaded. He's
It's
a little.
not because I'm a Red Sox fan.
It
It's
is
because
1,000% because you're a Red Sox fan.
How does like the team that I root for have anything to do with like the rules that I want? Every team goes through this. Every team has missed calls.
Right, but because you notice it more with your team. I don't notice missed calls as much as you do because I don't have a team that I love.
You don't notice it because you don't watch baseball as much.
I
as
do. Well, I watch the same amount because you watch Red Sox. Do you watch anybody else?
Yeah. Allegedly. I may allegedly watch.
Right. I watch allegedly the same amount of games that you do because I have the same things that you have every single
And
day.
I get mad at those same things, dude.
I-
It's not just.
to-
I don't
to
just
me-
get mad at the Red Sox.
to
when
me-
the Red Sox happen.
I like the strategy in baseball.
I do too.
And that's what that's my whole thing with all these rule changes. I like the strategy part of baseball. Okay.
Right.
So if you take the human out of the game of baseball, like if an umpire is consistent, now Angel Hernandez is different. He should
can
have
exclude him. We
a
can exclude
robot at all times. He shouldn't
That
be.
dude was so bad.
He's so bad.
Just get out of the game, my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
CB
he
He
does.
probably
Buck,
did, didn't he? Isn't he gone?
I don't know. CB
No.
CB Buckner.
He's still there?
It's
I
it's
think.
time. Like we need a robot. So yeah, strike. I'm cool with that.
I know where you're going because I
A-okay.
have a reply to you.
I'm okay with that. I as long as a guy is consistent, and I know that I'm getting a half a ball off and a half a ball low, and he's pretty consistent with that. My pitcher is going to hit that spot all night long.
All night
right?
long.
And when he does, that pitch is really tough to get good wood to.
No
now he's
doubt.
going to make mistakes, so that's
sure.
where good hitters come in.
Yeah.
Right. So you foul that mistake. You foul that pitch off. And then he makes that mistake, and now a good hitter capitalizes on that mistake,
right.
and there's strategy involved.
Yep.
Where a robot umpire, that ball that's a half a ball off and a half a ball low, that's a ball now.
No,
Yeah.
it is not. That's just not the way that it could be. Like
It has to be.
it does not have
Because
to.
there's a strike zone,
There's a strike zone.
and that's where the robot
There
umpires
is.
are.
There is, but you have to understand that it's not just as simple as saying this is the strike zone. Let's ride. Right. There is nothing saying that. Here, I'll put it on you because
There
we're
you go.
talking right now. Nothing
Yeah, that's
saying
why.
that the umpire couldn't go in before the game and say, "I want to give it a half ball offside, outside every batter, and when there's two strikes, I want to make the zone a half inch wider everywhere around the plate." There's nothing saying the software couldn't do that. So all that it would do is
But is it a-
allow the robot to be consistently calling that pitch every time. So if you throw it, you watch baseball a ton. You've seen this, where a pitcher will throw a dot, right? It'll be a strike. He'll throw it the exact same spot.
Yeah.
Umpire will call it a ball.
For sure.
That's the kind of stuff that robots would fix is the consistency. Doesn't take the strategy out of the game where you can throw a ball off the plate and call it a strike.
Okay, so to what you're saying, who's programming the robots?
Home plate umpire.
The home plate umpire.
Home plate umpire.
So the home
But
plate
is this
umpire.
a thing that's really going to happen though? Is my
So
thing.
I don't know. It hasn't
is
come
the
out
home
yet.
plate umpire making the zone? When does the zone get created?
Right before the game. Just like it would in his mind.
So right before the game,
Right before pitch off, he goes to the
I'm
computer,
going half a
sets
ball
ball.
off, right?
Yep.
Okay, so he plugs it in the computer. Da 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 da. We're going half ball off.
Yep. I'm a technology guy, just so
So
we're clear.
no, that's fine. I'm not going to argue about that. But what happens if it's 3/4 of a ball off? It's a ball.
Yeah.
So as a pitcher,
Mm-hmm.
every umpire, the zone changes.
Sure.
Yeah.
How do I work on getting better?
It's the same thing now.
If
in
you're
the game.
if you're
umpires,
giving me
umpires
if you're
in the game
giving
will
me
call it off.
if you're giving me a ball in,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
And nothing on the outer half. Like what I'm seeing right now is every umpire is giving them at least a ball off.
Yeah.
Every one. There's been more missed calls on
It's
the
pretty
ball
bad right
that's out, down and away,
Yeah.
and we're getting a lot of up in the zone strikes now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be a happy medium somewhere, right? In the
Sure.
strike zone.
Sure.
So where is it if it's a robot?
Wherever the umpire says. Like if he says, I want to call balls. Think about it. Like if you had like have you ever like resized like a picture? You know, like when you're like putting you don't know.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah. So you could
Never done that.
imagine like a little box.
Bad
And
example.
you
I
can
have
just
done that.
stretch the box.
Yeah,
to
I
wherever
got
you
you.
want
I
it
got
to be.
you. Yeah. Like in your phone, right?
Yeah,
Like
sure.
it's-
Yeah, you just
Okay, I
blow it
got
up.
you. I got you.
And that'll be the strike zone for that game. And if he wants to change it the next time, you can.
So
I like
every,
what Tyson says. Tyson said right there, I just don't like that it takes away the feel component that an umpire has. I totally agree.
That's
but
that's
that's
where
the
I've
human element.
I agree.
that's
The
where I've
human
always
element. Yep.
been with this. Like the feel of the game, the way the situation is, like, and the game is ever changing. It changes throughout every inning, throughout every at bat, throughout every pitch. The game changes.
Good example Tyson just gave right there in the chat.
You throw 3 pitches nowhere close, the ball that's right on the black shouldn't be a strike.
Yeah, catcher sets up on the inside corner, and the pitcher throws across his body 3.5 feet on the outside. Catcher's reaching over here to catch it, and it's a strike because it crossed the box.
Because a robot.
Yeah, I personally don't like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And one more thing that makes me like, I like the fact that some catchers are really good at receiving the baseball.
That's
right?
the only argument that you have, in my opinion, that like catchers can steal strikes. It's the only thing that you have.
It completely takes the defensive catcher away from the game.
No
Like,
doubt.
Yeah,
he's gone now.
that's
He's
true.
useless.
all you got to do is stop the ball.
Right. Literally, you can sit there like this
And just stop the
let it
ball.
hit you in the
Yeah,
chest,
no
pick
doubt.
it up, and throw it back to him because your glove is useless anymore.
Yeah.
And that's
There's no skill to
another
the
one of
game.
the
I
things I
agree. I
just
don't
don't
like
love.
To
it.
me, that's the only thing that I'll take because like
But do you-
everything else is kind of
Do you not like going? You've been to a big league game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you not like the people sitting next to you, behind you, just straight dogging the umpires? I love that.
It's a wonderful.
I love that.
You're not wrong.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. You
But-
lose
so you
all
take
that.
that human element out of it, and then,
Yes, sir.
then what are they? They're just gonna be like, oh,
I'm glad to know I'm not the only one in this boat.
the computer called her
Yeah.
the ball.
Right, I'm with you.
The argument that I've made with Joey and I have with JT is like the human element. It like transitions like. To me, Joey cares more about umpires than he does like the pitchers and the batters. To me, if I'm a pitcher and like you have all the ability in the world to correct me on this, but if I throw a dot, I want that call to strike. And if I'm a hitter and I watch a ball go a ball and a half outside and I spit on it, I want that to be called a ball. I don't want that to be called a strike when I have
Yeah.
1-2 count and get K'd up. I just want consistency.
I understand that, and I don't hate like the idea that you're saying. I don't think it would be like that. Just so we're clear, I think it'd be more like the NCAA where it would be like just a box. Like that's it.
If
Like,
it's not, if the ball does not touch the box, it's a ball.
yeah, that's what I think it would be like because I think, like I said, they're like the NCAA. It's just like whatever, let's do this because it'll make.
Well, then
it better.
somebody give me a lot of money so I can do this.
Yeah, no, I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of analytic guys now.
Yeah,
So Tyson has a couple of comments in here. Tyson, first of all, Tyson's a baseball guy, like big time baseball guy.
Yeah.
Big time baseball coach too.
I love Tyson.
Yeah, college baseball coach. If we're just in case we're wondering. But he
Tyson,
said,
I got guys, bro.
Get with him.
I got guys,
he's
my
good.
guy.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Literally.
But Tyson says if a guy has consistently drilled his spot, maybe the 0-2 pitch that is 3/4 of a ball off is a strike because he's been painting. I agree with that. So like that's why I say it changes all the time, because if a guy's dotted that half ball, and then you take that extra, let me see if I can get this one.
Yeah.
But you've consistently done it. I think you deserve that. Now you can't go a ball. There's got to be a line drawn, and then bam, you hit it.
You can't
that
be
was too
white
much.
line to white line.
Right. Let's go back in here.
Yeah, and I'll go from a catcher perspective. You guys are talking about from a pitching perspective. As a catcher, it's my job to work the umpire too. I'm trying to steal it. Like I'm trying to steal it with how I move my body. I'm trying to steal it with how I move my glove. But I mean, even the relationship with the umpire. If I'm blocking it up, I'm keeping it off of them. I'm like, hey man, look, I need that next one on the corner, big dog. Like I need
you
it.
got to give me that.
Yeah, and they're gonna like Mike Fetus was.
my bad.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. We're gonna stretch it, and then if my pitcher's painting and I'm working the umpire right, shit. In high school, we might be a ball and a half, 2 balls off the black.
Oh, for
I'm getting all of that.
Yeah. No, we have a couple umpires in the Columbia/Swanee Association that are really good at that. Like one, the relationship they have with the catcher, right? Because our catcher's really good
Look
at
at
developing.
Zach, first time commenter. Sorry,
2.5 hours into this thing, he's like, let me just drop a comment.
my guy.
Our catcher's really good at developing that relationship, and so he has that relationship with a lot of our umpires, and so they know, hey, he's going to keep the ball off of me. He's going to stick the balls, and they'll ask, hey, what'd you think of that pitch? And he'll tell them, hey, I thought that one was there. You may have missed that one.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll be like, no, I think you were right. That was off. Good call.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's like, I think you missed that one. That wasn't a strike. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Like he's honest with them, and they're honest with him, and so they have that relationship to where he can get. And I'm positive that in Major League Baseball it's very similar.
Oh, 100%.
Like
Here's
catchers
what
have relationships with each umpire, and they know what they can get, and they know what they're not going to get.
I agree.
That's the reason I don't want robot.
Here's what I
umpires.
got. I just came up with this, so it may be stupid. Here's a compromise. Here's a compromise that I'm going to suggest to Major League Baseball.
Okay,
I like this.
they're probably listening. So go ahead.
They
Do
probably
you
are
need a
listening.
number? We can get you a number. You can call
Probably could. I need one challenge per inning, so that if it's a big moment in a game where there's a runner on, if the bases are loaded and it's a 3-2 count, and the umpire gives me a ball, I can say no. I want to see that one as a ball, and then go back and check.
But
it.
then-
the
but
big
that
moment,
goes-
But it's real quick.
yeah, because
it's real quick.
They have it.
But whose zone? The box?
That's what I'm
And
saying.
well, in that scenario, it has to be.
But
the
I
box.
think it
That
has to be
the box.
It
in
has
that
to be
scenario.
like touching the box, in my opinion. Like if it's like a close game and this is like bottom of the 8th, bottom of the 9th.
I guess like for me, it would have to be like egregious, like a bad miss, like a really like a. I mean, I guess if he missed,
There are some now.
I mean, if you miss,
I
you
saw
miss.
a middle.
Miss, yeah.
I saw a middle
literally
ball.
watched the game. Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw a middle ball like 2 nights ago. I mean, like legitimately in the middle of the zone.
that's
My
the
man
problem.
reaches like this because he's set up way away, reaches back to the middle, and he balls him. I'm like, bro, I don't care where he set up.
I'm with you.
That's middle 99.
So like
Now,
in that case, yeah, that has. I'm probably okay with like a quick challenge, bang bang.
One an inning. One an inning.
And going off what Tyson said
Potentially
earlier,
18 challenges in the game.
that's too long.
Heck yeah.
But like what
But there's not
Tyson
gonna be
said
that many.
earlier, 95% of the time those
They're
dudes
right.
are really good.
Yeah. There was a guy in the
Has-
World Series
has-
that had a 100% game.
How many of us in this room, the sitters watching, have bent down and caught
Oh,
a
I could
105
never
mile an hour fastball?
Zero.
I can never.
You know what it looks like?
No.
No, you don't.
Can't
I
see
don't
it.
know if you
Can't
see it. Yeah.
And that's kind of like my thing behind it. Is
Can't
like,
see it.
Nope.
It helps
Yeah.
them out.
And then he throws a 95 mile an hour slider.
Yeah.
Like,
That
come
moves.
on.
Yeah,
That's
that
not
moves
hard. Yeah,
19
that's-
inches.
Come on. I mean,
How do you
Shohei, 102, 101, 102, 92.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Have fun.
What
It's
are we
not. It's
doing?
not
Yeah,
realistic.
that's crazy.
What are we doing?
Hey, do we have anything else? Are we good?
No, you asked me. I thought you were going to ask me about AR to the Colts.
Oh
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think he's going to get there.
I don't think it is either.
Okay. You think he goes before that?
I think that if Tennessee goes
Trades up?
up,
Do you want him on the Colts?
Yeah, would you like
Honestly,
him
this
with
is
the
what I
Colts?
wanna know. Do you want him on the
Okay.
Colts? How do you feel about this? As a fellow
I
Vincent?
think he's definitely a project, right? That if he's on the Colts, is going to get thrown in the fire
Right away.
right away.
Yep.
We have really good pieces, right?
Yeah.
We have good pieces. Can he spin a football? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can he run the football? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Accuracy. Do we know?
Yeah, so
That's the.
Yeah.
Do we know?
it's still up. I agree with that.
Do we know?
But do you want him? If he's there at 4, do you want the Colts to take it?
You're the GM.
If I'm the GM, I mean, I got to trade. I'm trading up. I got to get one. I got to get the best dude in the draft.
Who's that to you?
C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
And
I don't think you
and-
can
and
trade
if-
up because they've already been traded up too.
No,
and
no
I don't
doubt,
think that's
no
I don't
doubt.
think it's a happening
It's
thing
not going to happen now. But if you don't get him at 4, right? You have to trade that pick.
You have to.
You have to trade down, and
Yeah.
you got to get Hendon Hooker.
Yeah,
I think Hendon Hooker is going to be a dog in the NFL.
I could see him
I
pretty
do.
good. I definitely agree.
And
with
what
CJ
was
Stroud.
look at
I
what's
think
his,
he'll be a serviceable player
what's his completion percentage?
at Tennessee.
Yeah,
Probably pretty high because they had wide open spaces.
They throw it around a lot too, though.
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying they throw it around a lot.
What they do?
What
in
was
the
his
NFL, Chris?
What was his
Throw it
completion
around a lot.
percentage the year before?
I don't
Not
know.
great.
I
What
don't
about the year before that? Not great. Like he's
So
never
you're
was,
saying a good
yeah.
coach helps him be successful?
How,
I'm saying that scheme right now helps him be
how
successful.
many games does Hendon Hooker have under his belt at the collegiate level?
A whole pile of them.
He didn't start much as a
What,
young
12,
guy.
What,
Well, he's got
30?
at least, yeah, probably 25, 30.
20? We'll just say
Started 2 years, right?
We'll say
Well,
25.
Joe Milton started the first half of last year. Hendon Hooker didn't start playing at Tennessee until halfway through last year. And then
So he has less than 20 starts?
absolutely has less.
Oh,
than
well,
20
that's a
starts.
great sign then. He's throwing up those numbers with that few starts. He's like
But
AR.
a lot of guys are
Yeah, but he's
came off
25.
ACLs, right?
Yeah, ACLs are nothing anymore.
Yeah, that's not a big deal,
Yeah.
especially at quarterback.
That's
Right.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean,
I like Hooker, right?
Yeah.
I like Hendon Hooker. If you're not going to get AR, because I mean he's going to be the. If he's there, I feel like you have to take AR
Yeah.
at 4,
Okay.
at 4.
I'm
I
with
feel
it.
like you have to take him.
I agree.
I think
But
so.
I mean,
Yeah, they
where
will.
does that put us in?
Hey,
Where does
I think a
where does that
backfield
put us
with
in the long term?
Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson is
Scary.
Oh, my God.
scary.
I think if they draft, so they just got.
Oh, wait a
Minshew.
minute, we got the Eagles guy, right?
Yeah, as I say, we just got Gardner Minshew. I think they sit him out. I think if they get AR, yeah. Go ahead.
Minshew
You
starts.
know what the Eagles run? That's the Colts' new offense.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the Eagles quarterback?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Oh, what does he do? He can pass. He can run a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
Starting to think
probably
about it,
better
thinking.
in the quarter-
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
NFL.
It's starting to
Yeah.
Starting to click a little bit.
make sense a little bit. But I best player to me, C.J. Stroud.
How about that?
I think he's the best combination of like ceiling and floor. Like I think he's like,
Yeah, I think so too.
you know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm an idiot because I'm thinking like I want AR-15. Like I'm like enamored by
So if you're
His
GM
skill
with
set.
the number one pick, who you taking?
With
Dude.
the number 1 pick.
with the number one pick.
Who you taking?
So much more stressful.
Yeah,
One-on-one.
I'm trying to find a way to get out of the number 1 pick, but not out of the top 10.
Well, you can't get. I don't. Think
I
you
know.
get
I'm
out of
just
the top
saying.
3.
Like, no, I'm not getting the top 3.
You're number one, and your franchise has no quarterback. Who do you take?
Oh, I'm thinking. Oh God.
Exactly.
So
You're
hard.
taking C.J. Stroud.
You're taking CJ Stroud.
You're taking
for the
Probably
Stroud.
CJ Stroud. Probably CJ
He's the
Stroud.
best mix.
Yes.
And it's not because
Okay.
you really want to. It's just because you know that's.
He's the
that's
safer of the
safest.
option, and if that's
That's safe.
if my check is dependent on being hitting,
Right.
I gotta
he's
hit.
safe.
This dude
at
in
CJ.
Philly, right? Jalen Hurts couldn't play quarterback in the NFL, right?
But yeah.
Just that's what
Yeah,
everybody
that's what it
said. No,
said.
he ain't gonna be nothing.
I'm
He's
not.
not gonna get him there. This dude got him there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Turned him into what was his QBR like?
Oh,
Something
through,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
through the roof. You had him on
Right.
fantasy.
Right.
So
Is out of college, do we like Jalen Hurts better or do we like Anthony Richardson better?
Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of college.
Yeah.
college.
And knowing what we know now, probably Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I
but
said it
out of
just-
college.
No, out of college.
Out of
Out
college.
of college,
Anthony
you gotta
Richardson.
go AR.
I got to tell you this. Do you
Hmm.
like? Yeah. I mean, it's all. Do you want to do it safe or do you want to do what you think is right? You think AR is right? Take AR.
Yeah, I'd have to make sure I had some security. If I had some security, like if I knew that if this falls on its face, I still got a job.
Yeah.
I probably would.
Does Bryce Young fall in the draft? There's
Nah.
always one.
I think he goes 2, and I don't think it matters what happens.
Really?
Who's two? Houston.
Houston.
So there's gonna be 3 quarterbacks in the top 4.
There might be 4.
Yeah.
Will Levis is there talking about him too?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If somebody trades up to 3,
Levis goes 3.
Remember whenever I
not
said
Levis,
like
Richardson. If
like-
Richardson goes 3.
Yeah.
like 5 months ago, like
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson, because teams reach for quarterbacks. That's what they freaking do.
They do.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to happen. Like, Jordan Travis will be drafted next year, too. He will be. I'll say it before he's ever played the snap. He'll be drafted because somebody's going to freaking reach.
Well, he's going to have a really good year, too, so that helps.
Probably, but he will. He'll be in that range where somebody can reach to go get him.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't think I'm smarter than any NFL GM, and I think they see the same thing, that Anthony Richardson's like maybe CJ Stroud, but like the only guy that has like, we are going to contend with Patrick Mahomes. We're going to contend with Josh Allen. We're going to contend with Joe Burrow.
It's AR.
Yeah, it's AR.
I think that
Bryce Young ain't doing that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Why take Bryce Young unless you want to be the Houston Texans?
I wouldn't.
Pray for a playoff spot.
No, CJ Stroud is 6'4", 220.
that's what I'm saying.
That's the difference.
CJ Stroud's the only guy that like I think could.
I agree. He's built for the NFL.
So
I think Bryce Young, in theory, let me say this. I don't think this, but I think in theory, people view Bryce Young as like a Drew Brees type player, like really cerebral, really smart, going to get the ball out on time to the right people, and have a long career of being intelligent and being able to make the right reads.
Pro style offenses used to allow that
how much did
not
Drew
happening that
Brees
much.
weigh?
more than what he weighs right now.
No, Drew Brees was tiny when he came out. A little.
Can we get a,
I don't know.
can we get somebody to
Yeah,
look
we
that
got
up?
a tech guy.
We're gonna fact check
How
that.
much did Drew Brees weigh when he out in the draft?
No, I can't.
Combine results.
Oh, wait,
You don't
gotta-
think 213's right?
It's 213. Bryce Young ain't close to that.
No, that's not.
that's
I
20
thought
that's
y'all were
30
saying.
pounds bigger.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought y'all were saying 213's like, no, that's too little.
No, I think that may be
Oh,
heavy
no,
for Drew
that's-
Brees. I think like I don't know if he was
So
213. That's
213
crazy.
At the draft, Bryce Young is how much? Like,
Yeah, what he measuring at? While Tyler's looking at it for us, 204. Bullshit.
there you
I
go.
mean,
That guy worked for Alabama whenever they put that in.
5'10", 204. No, sorry.
They
I've
said he
seen.
put on
I've
weight
seen.
for the combine,
If
didn't
if
they?
Brees
I've-
was 213, then he was probably 204. How about that?
Man, that man had 2.5 pound plates strapped to his thigh.
He drank a jug of water.
Man, 204.
Milk.
They weighed him. They
Choc-
weighed.
chocolate
milk
milk.
coats the stomach, my guy.
Yeah, they weighed him at. They weighed him at night. Come on now.
Late at night.
Yeah.
All right, we're two hours into this.
Wow, 2 hours.
In 23 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
42 seconds.
Hey, Josh Barbershop, Josh McCardle listening right now.
There's still like quite a few viewers in here. I love our
that
service.
happened, but because this screen over here to my left.
Look at that. Look at
Yeah, there we go. Do that. That's good.
What
Keep it
more?
like that.
Do you, hold on. Is it this side? What? Oh, I see. I keep going to the ear.
Just touch the hairline. Don't look at the picture.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, bro. So.
See, look how good you look right now. You're doing it.
Yeah. All right, that's perfect.
You don't even have to have hair to go to Josh McCardle, folks.
Yeah, you
The
only
point
have
of
to
this,
have
and
hair.
he'll be the only one that knows what I'm talking about. The point of that whole thing was, it was Tyler's fault because he had something else on the TV, and so I didn't realize that I was still on the TV at the time.
Yeah, me
and so
too.
that's my fault. That's my bad. All right, we done? We good?
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
Dude, thanks for having it, man. You're like
That was awesome.
that was
dude.
freaking great.
That was awesome, man.
That was-
Really good time. Never. Well, it's too late.
We'll throw it
We're
in.
2 hours and 24 minutes into the show.
Is this?
I think we're good.
This is one of.
This is the probably longest one.
It's a long show.
Very long show. It's the longest one in a
Didn't
while.
feel
anyway.
long.
Shout out Coach Reed though. Coach
Yeah.
Reed's still in the chat.
Still in the chat. Awesome.
And
Thank
Zach
you, Riley.
again. We got Zach the first time. Man, what a hell of a show.
Zach talking about I don't know how to catch no reds. Man, don't lie, man. Don't lie, bro. We slayed them.
Was that a we or
And-
is that? Never mind. It doesn't matter.
No. We slayed them. And I believe your boat died.
Oh.
And we drifted.
Oh.
And caught
Look
them.
right here.
Yeah, look in the camera.
Oh,
Talk
look
to
at
him.
Zachary.
I'm sitting here looking at this camera.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Zach, we caught fish. That's all that matters, my guy. Case solved.
Heath, man, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, I loved it, man.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big
Anytime
fan.
you're in town, let us know.
fan.
We'll be glad
Yeah,
to have you
next
back.
time we gotta get JT here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
him
I'd
and
like
JT
to have
together.
JT here.
It'd
Yeah,
be
we'll
good-
do
it'd be a
that.
good time.
That'd be good.
Yeah, it'd be a
I'd
good
like to
time.
have JT here.
For sure. Awesome.
All right, sitters, that's gonna be it. This has been Tyler Roth along with Joey Edge, Chris Martinez, and Heath Phillips, and we are Front Porch Sitting. See you next time, sitters.